Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard.
And I'm just getting started, getting feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret.
All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt. Oh, the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
This was tradition and toughness right at you, and wouldn't have it any other way. Not a better opponent to go right at you and win than Hoover.
Welcome into Thompson Reynolds Stadium, Buddy Anderson Field, where it's week 5 of the high school football season. Tonight's matchup, the 2-2 Spain Park Jaguars against the 3-1 Vestavia Hills Rebels. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Chad Pilcher. Be joined shortly by Scott Griffin and BJ Milliken. It's a special night here at Vestavia Hills High School. Last week, the senior football players were recognized. This week, the senior band members will be recognized in a pregame ceremony prior to this game. And then after that ceremony, we'll begin our pregame show here on the Rebel Nation Sports Network. And then we'll have a great football game here tonight in region action. At this time, we're going to go down to the field to see championship teams recognized.
Alabama High School Athletic Association Associate Executive Director Kim Vickers is here to present the 2023 7A State Championship Trophy to Coach Oliver Aaron and the boys tennis team. The boys tennis team won 5 of the 6 single courts and the number 2 doubles court en route to their 2nd consecutive championships. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2023-2024 Senior Recognition Night for our Rebel Marching Band members. The Rebel Marching Band is under the direction of Band Director Mr. Terrell Thornton and Assistant Director Ms. Heather Palmer and Percussion Director Mr. Brad Palmer. The auxiliary section of the Marching Band is Majorette sponsor Ms. Ashley Hancock, Rockette sponsor Ms. Andrea Burris, and color guard sponsors Miss Erin Dearman and Miss Jennifer Spradlin. And now, let's introduce the members of our Vestavia Hills Rebel Marching Band 2024 senior class. Heather Barrera. Heather is the daughter of Velma Palomino and Manuel Barrera. She is a member of the color guard. Ashlyn Berry. Ashlyn is the daughter of Yvonne Berry and Brian Berry. She is drum major in the marching band and is a member of the jazz band and wind symphony. Daniel Chang. Daniel is the son of Sharon Yang and Mark Chang. He plays clarinet in the marching band and is a member of the wind symphony. Sam Kirkman. Sam is the son of Amy Kirkman and Brad Kirkman. He plays homophone and French horn in the marching band and is section leader. He is also a member of the Wind Symphony. Beckett Dalton. Beckett is the son of Jonathan and Grant Dalton. He plays snare in the marching band and is section leader and snare captain. He is also a member of the jazz band in the Wind Symphony. Aaron Darnell. Aaron is the daughter of Betsy Darnell.
These are the seniors for the Vestavia Hills Band. As we're going through them, Erin Darnell right there with her parents. You saw some of the other seniors as we're going through tonight as the crowd starts piling in here. Mallory Dean will be next. Mallory, a fine majorette for the Vestavia Hills Rebels. Michael Deering. Also, see, we got a lot of seniors in the band here, just like we have football players. There's Michael and his parents.
Wes Dobbs. Wes is the son of Holly
Wes Dobbs. Also there. Wes is a trumpeter with his parents there. Virginia Dove.
Virginia Dove. Virginia is the daughter of Amanda Dove and Wayne Dove.
Her and her parents here.
And is flag captain. Anderson Eccles.
Anderson Eccles is here as well.
He plays trombone in the marching band and is a member of the Symphonic Winds. Molly Elmore. Molly is the daughter of Allison.
Molly Elmore, fine senior. Will Fraun, a senior with his parents. Again, amazing number of seniors in the band. Molly Heisler. She's a saxophone player. Ellie Grace Hunter.
Xavier Lee. Xavier is the son of Andres Lee and New Lee. He plays alto saxophone in the marching band and is a member of the Wind Symphony. Sophie Levine. Sophie is the daughter of Holly Carroll and Corey Levine. She plays percussion and marimba in the marching band and is student leader. She is also a member of the Wind Symphony. Evan Reese Lias. Evan Reese is the daughter of Kendra Lias and Reggie Lias. She is a member of the Rockettes and is co-captain. Addison Mann. Addison is the daughter of Christy Mann and Bill Mann. She is a member of the Majorettes and is captain. Matthew McCoy. Matthew is the son of Shannon Wright. He plays trombone in the marching band and is a member of the Wind Symphony. Amira McCuso. Amira is the daughter of Amy McCuso and Mark McCuso. She is a member of the Rockettes. Drake Vaughn. Drake is the grandson of Peggy McCoy. He plays tuba in the marching band and is section leader. He is also a member of the Wind Symphony and jazz band. Ben Milligan. Ben is the son of Jennifer Milligan and Reed Milligan. He plays tenor sax in the marching band and is a member of the Symphonic Winds. Mary Catherine Nora. Mary Catherine is the daughter of Michelle Morrow and Jay Morrow. She is captain of the Rockettes. Mackenzie Ormond. Mackenzie is the daughter of Josephine Cook. She plays tenor saxophone and is section leader of the marching band. She is also a member of the Med Symphony. Sombre Beaumont. Sombre is the daughter of Josephine Cook. She plays clarinet in the marching band and is a member of Symphonic Winds. Claire Papillaro. Claire is the daughter of Sheila Papillaro and Penny Papillaro.
Claire Papillaro,
Marching band and is band president. She is also
a majorette, senior.
Farima Pornia. Farima is the daughter
Farima Pornia
and Aramar's Pornia.
with her mom.
She's a member of
As we take a look at her in a minute. There she is.
Katie Preeb. Katie is the daughter of
Katie Preeb,
David Preeb. She is a member of the color guard. Angelica Rivera. Angelica is the daughter of Uranis Nieves.
also Angie Rivera.
She is a member of the color guard. Jeb Savage. Jeb is the son of Christy Savage and Lauren Savage. He plays trumpet and marching band and is section leader. He is also
Jeb Savage, a senior.
Colton Smith.
Colton Smith,
Colton is the son of Rich and Stage and Penn Stage. He plays bass drum and marching band and is a member of Wind Symphony.
there's Colton.
Mason Stage. Mason is the son of Rich and Stage and Penn
Mason
Stage.
Stage,
He plays percussion in the marching band. Connor Smith. Connor is the son of Christy Smith and Jeremy Smith. He plays percussion in the marching band and is a member of jazz band. Charlie Spencer. Charlie is the daughter of Rhonda Spencer and David Spencer. She is head captain of the color guard. Amelia Stewart. Amelia is the daughter of Catherine Stewart and Mark Stewart. She is a member of the color guard and is flag captain. Pablo Velez Garcia. Pablo is the son of Luis Garcia and Johan Velez Roman. He plays clarinet and marching band and is section leader. He is also a member of Wind Symphony. Prudence Washira. Prudence is the daughter of Nellie Washira and Naphtali Mirage. She plays flute in the marching band and is drum major. She is also a member of Wind Symphony. Abby Weeby. Abby is the daughter of Dana Weeby and John Weeby. She plays trumpet and marching band and is section leader. She is also a member of Symphonic Winds. Alex Williams. Alex is the son of Annie Stewart. He plays French horn and mellophone in the marching band and is section leader. He is also a member of jazz band and Wind Symphony. Wyatt Williams. Wyatt is the son of Jamie Williams and Chris Williams. He plays trombone in marching band and is section leader. He is also a member of Wind Symphony. Andrew Wilson. Andrew is the son of Mary and Drew Wilson. He plays trombone in the marching band and is section leader. He is also a member of the Wind Symphony. Thank you all for joining us. This concludes senior recognition night with the class of 24 of Vestavia Hills Rebel Marching
All right,
Band.
there's the seniors
Congratulations.
introduced. Congratulations to the Vestavia seniors and the marching band there. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll come back with more pregame with Chad Pilcher, BJ Milliken, and the entire crew. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Are you sure about the air you breathe at home? You can be with Green Home Solutions. They provide indoor air testing, treatments, and analysis that doesn't just find the problem, but resolves the problem. Disinfection, mold remediation, and odor removal creates clean indoor air so your family breathes easier. Call Green Home Solutions at 205-968-1425. That's 205-968-1425.
You have to pay taxes. Ugh. It's just part of life. In the great state of Alabama, we have an awesome thing in our tax code called the Alabama Accountability Act, which allows you to redirect up to 100% of your state taxes to Scholarship for Kids, a scholarship granting organization that benefits partner schools like Restoration Academy. It's a no-brainer. Use your tax money for something that will make a huge impact at no cost to you. For more information, go to choosera.org.
There's a look at Buddy Anderson Field, and Spain Park is trying to come into the home part of Vestavia Hills. The Rebels 3-1, 1-1 in the region, and of course Spain Park 2-2, 0-2 in the region, but they're much improved. Of course, last year they were 3-7. Hello everybody, Scott Griffin here, Chad Pilcher as well, and it doesn't get any easier. This is the game we had our eye on before the year started. It's changed a little bit in the dynamic, but not much.
No, this is a huge game for both of these football teams. Spain Park comes in 0-2 in the region. Vestavia comes in 1-1. So Spain Park, it's a huge game, fighting for your life as far as region victories and playoffs go. For Vestavia, can you build off of the momentum? A big win last week against Hoover, 26-7. And Spain Park, they lost to Hoover 2 weeks ago, 28-20. But that's a game where they had 3 kicks blocked. They had a number of opportunities.
Really should have won it.
And when you talk to this Vestavia coaching staff, they believe that Spain Park is playing better than Hoover. So despite losing last week to Thompson, this is a Spain Park team that's very talented and very capable as they come in here tonight.
Let's take a look at the matchup here. Vestavia's kind of dominated this one from the last few weeks, 14-6 on the year, and 36-7 was the score last year. Vestavia's won 5 in a row. That's kind of unique for us.
It really is. You haven't seen it that much, Vestavia, over the last decade or so, but this is a team that they've controlled and played very well against. And again, for Spain Park, they're in the second season under head coach Tim Fakakis. They're really trying to get that momentum going. They believe that they can take this good play, but now you have to turn it into victories. So it's a Vestavia team that's played well against Spain Park. They're going to have a big challenge here tonight.
They have 5 players with Division I offers right now in the SEC. Let's take a look at the region records, and you'll see what we've been talking about. Thompson, 3-0. Hewitt-Trussville is right there as well. Vestavia with a win, Chad, is right there with a possibility of making the Trussville game, assuming everything plays out, making that a game for a home game in the playoffs.
And this team knows this. This coaching staff knows this. But what you can't do is look ahead. You have to stay focused on the game at hand, because it's very easy to say, I see what we have before us now that we've got that big victory last week. But the key is, can you get these young men to focus in for 48 minutes here tonight?
No doubt about it. Let's go to B.J. Milliken on the sidelines. B.J., he's got to look at some of the Rebels that have really been great for us, and they're also fantastic two-way players. BJ, what do you got?
Yeah, you know, all of the attention, it seems like sometimes, is on Jordan Ross, the Tennessee commit, but there are 3 offensive players who will be on this field tonight who are not only standout football players, but they're baseball commits. 2 of them committed recently to Southern Miss. That would be William Tonsmeyer and Bruce Littleton. The other one is John Paul Head, who, of course, earlier this summer committed to UAB to play baseball, and Casey Dunn. So a lot of two-way talent will be seen tonight.
All right. Thank you, BJ. We appreciate that. Of course, Tonsmeyer getting a scholarship to Southern Miss, which Toby Carter, one of our camera guys, used to be there. And then also Bruce Littleton getting a look at Southern Miss as well. Yeah. So there go there as teammates.
Number of guys getting opportunities, and there you see it there. When you have multi-sport athletes, I'm a firm believer in it. I played 2 sports in college. I think it's a way to really develop yourself athletically and not focus in. And those young men, obviously, outstanding athletes. They're going to continue to be able to play at the next level on the baseball standpoint. But we're fortunate that we get to watch them tonight and throughout this season here on the football field.
All right, we're going to take a 1-minute break. We've got the pregame conversation with Robert Evans. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
When the on-time service technician arrives in your home, you give us an amazing opportunity. The opportunity to earn your trust, to arrive at your home on time, to fix the problem in your home, and to never sell you something you don't need. When the job is done and the technician leaves, I want you to be really pleased with the work. And I want something more. I want you to say to yourself, I trust that guy.
Renew and refresh. JH Outback focuses on strengthening family bonds with spouses, parents, and children to help in spiritual growth and life purpose. Join us for a fun-filled weekend together in an undistracted environment, enjoying the outdoors with great food, entertainment, and live music. JH Outback. Renew and refresh.
As we raise our flag, we will throw it to the pregame show with head coach Robert Evans. Welcome into the pregame show with head coach Robert Evans. The Vestavia Rebels 3-1 on the year and stopping the losing streak to Hoover for last Friday night, 26-7. And it was just a terrific game. And just like the week before, I'm not sure the score indicated the domination that the Rebels had against the Bucks.
Well, we played a really clean physical game, and we got an inadvertent whistle fumble and then a clear fumble that we recovered that were both inside the 20. So, in your mind, you think it probably could have been worse. And but I was proud of the way our guys competed and played, and I think our pace really wore on them in the first half. But anytime you can beat Hoover, regardless of the state of their program, it's a significant victory. And it's a rival win, and my phone just buzzed all weekend with people, and not just the way not that we won, but how we won, and the way that our kids played their butts off, and so that means about as much to a lot of the alumni as actual winning is how you play and trying to represent the people that the coaches and players that have come before you, and I was really proud of the way that we play with physicality and pace, and to win in that type of fashion is a good step for our program.
I think I texted you after the game. You absolutely controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides.
Yeah, you don't ever know going in. Styles make fights. We thought that we had an advantage just in quite honestly, and just kind of up front and just being in shape. I mean, they had the physical advantage, but we practiced the way we practice. Because our 200-pound guys need to be able to sustain the max effort throughout the course of the game, and you saw in the second quarter that start to wear on their team's line a little bit, and it's not to take anything away from them, but I just thought our guys competed and wanted it, and they really did, and aside from the turnover on the first drive, we were able to effectively move the ball. Not at will, but a
lot of chunk plays.
Yes, consistently throughout the first half, and so our guys were adamant that they wanted to finish the game rushing the ball, and sometimes you just listen to your players, and they wanted to go right at them, and they were amped to have the opportunity to do what they did on Friday, and so I've learned through 2 years a lot of times the kids know you value their input, and they can tell kind of what's going on, and with body language and temperament and demeanor on the field that sometimes you can't, and our guys, and as it started raining, wanted to go right at them and pace them, and for the most part we let them do that.
I think it speaks volumes for your program as well that I had a feeling we would win. Now, I didn't foresee what happened, the way and the style, like you said, but I think to do that and have that feeling in your second year, and I know you felt the same way.
Yeah, well,
while the rest of
area may not area, but Birmingham or people that follow high school football
Right.
might
I think
not
sometimes, and I think you see that a lot with the bigger teams when teams play Alabama or Georgia, or Ohio State or Clemson. You know, I think oftentimes players, regardless of age, can think they're playing the tradition, the history, instead of the actual team. And I was very honest with the guys last week and thinking that while Hoover was a good team and surely capable of beating us, that we had a chance to do something that hadn't been done in a quarter of a century, which was to win going away. And that was our goal, and just kind of wanted to shift the mindset of this rivalry. Like, hey, I know we can probably win close, but let's do something that hadn't been done in a long time. And you know, I think for the most part we were able to do that. But you're right, and we talked about that today as a team in preparation for Spain Park. Expectations are earned. People expect us to win. I'm glad they expect us to win. I don't want to be the underdog. I want to be the people that I want to be the team that people are chasing, and then when they win, they storm the field. Like, I want us to elevate to that place. We're not there yet, but we're on the climb, and the climb is fun. It's the fun to beat Mountain Brook for the first time. It's fun to beat Hoover for the first time. It's hopefully going to be fun to get a home playoff game at some point in the near future, and the climb to the end is meaningful, significant, and hopefully fun. But you know, I want us to be in the conversation year in, year out as one of the better programs in 7A, and in the running most years to have a chance at the end.
It's got to mean something to your team, to them as they practice, and you know the old coach is barking at them, and to see it come into fruition, what your coaching staff implements on them every day, in the fact that you have beaten Mountain Brook now at their place, and now beaten Hoover, and that's the ones you had talked about for the last year and a half. We're 1-23 against the core group of teams we need to beat.
And we still need to be, you know, my goal for the year was to be 500 against or above 500 against the 5 best teams on our schedule. And Spain Park is one of the 5 best teams on our schedule this year. So we've yet to play Spain Park and Trustful, and you know that we're plenty good enough to probably beat them on a given night, but they're also good enough to beat us on a given night. And so it's this humility that goes with self-belief that says we've gotten where we are because we've worked, and it's not a fluke, but we have to continue to work and be emotionally invested in giving it one more Friday night before a much-needed off week to heal and to just mentally take a break. You know, I was telling my wife the other day, it's been probably 45 straight days where there's been a lot of football, and I think everybody at the end of this off week is looking forward to a weekend you need that from time to time, just as a human being, just to get away from the stuff and turn the phone off and just to decompress. So we're looking forward to that, but more importantly, we got to solidify our playoff position. It doesn't put us in, but this is a dangerous game because Spain Park does a lot of things schematically that can really stress you, but you know, regardless of outcome, we'll still have an opportunity to control our destiny, but we would much like to solidify our playoff position and put ourselves in with a chance to have a home playoff game.
We'll take a little bit deeper dive into Spain Park in just a moment. You're watching Robert Evans on the Pregame Coaches Show. Are you sure about the air you breathe at home? You can be with Green Home Solutions. They provide indoor air testing, treatments, and analysis that doesn't just find the problem, but resolves the problem. Disinfection, mold remediation, and odor removal creates clean indoor air so your family breathes easier. Call Green Home Solutions at 205-968-1425. That's 205-968-1425.
Welcome back to Vestavia football here on the Rebel Nation Sports Network. Scott Griffin, Chad Pilcher, B.J. Milliken. There's a look at the team as we're getting ready for the Rebels to run through the flag. Vestavia will receive to begin the game. I'm going to assume Spain Park won the toss. I missed the winner of it, but normally they would try to be on defense. That's the strength of their football team. So Vestavia will start on offense.
Let's get ready to welcome the Rebels.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game.
John Ballhead, senior quarterback.
William Tonsmeyer, junior running back.
Caden Taylor, senior running back.
Jane Daniels, senior receiver.
Cooper Mollison, senior receiver.
J.D. Livingston, junior O-line.
Landon Page, junior O-line.
Phil Hewen, senior O-line.
Ford Brown, senior offensive line.
Caleb Boylan, sophomore O-line.
Bruce Littleton, junior tight end.
Jordan Ross, senior edge.
Chuck Hammock, senior defensive lineman.
Ethan Denneberg, senior defensive end. Harrison Faust, senior nose guard.
Jacob Watson, junior linebacker.
Grayson Bruno, junior linebacker.
Gibson Bean, senior linebacker. Boucher, senior safety.
Spence Hanna, junior safety.
Jack Mayhall, senior corner.
Cohen Nelson, senior cornerback.
Cross Tonsmeyer, sophomore safety.
There is your starting lineups tonight. And we're ready. Vestavia in the home blue with the gray slacks and the red helmets. John Paul Head there warming it up. One of the better quarterbacks in this state. Spain Park will be in black helmets. Their colors are black and blue. They'll have all white uniforms with the black helmets. So easy to see both of these differentiating teams. What are you looking for early, Chad?
For Vestavia, it's to come out like they've done in several games this season and control the tempo. Get the running game going, allow you to pick up the speed of your offense, move up and down the field. And last week, John Paul Head was able to do whatever he wanted on the ground. He rushed it 34 times for 212 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was complemented by William Tonsmeyer, who had 19 carries for 126 yards, including a 52-yarder. He had a 51-yard touchdown run last year against Spain Park, so obviously looking to replicate some of that success. And for Spain Park, they're going to have to be able to be physical. They're going to have to walk down some members of the secondary to help in the run game and see if they can stop this Vestavia run game.
We're set to kick off here at Vestavia. Scott Griffin, Chad Pilcher, B.J. Milliken, short kick. Chase Webb has it at the 12, and he's knocked down immediately at the 20. Good play over there by the Jaguars. Jamari Mosley on special teams. He's a starting cornerback. John Paul Head will trot out, and the Rebels will hope to put their foot on the pedal, and let's see what happens here tonight.
And they're going to be playing tonight without Keon Richardson. Late in the game, on the last drive of the game last week, he fell, hit his head. He is out. Here tonight, he's on the sidelines in short, so playing without their leading receiver.
Mollison and Carson Mann starting at wideout. Jaden Daniels will get a lot of reps there as well. Head off left tackle, got some room, and 6, 7, 8 yards. It's almost like you know what's coming, and I think the other team knows, and that's how good the offensive line's been playing.
That's a great start for the Rebels, just going to the outside. Nice job of getting things going in the run game. If Vestavia can get 7 and 8 yards on first down, it's going to be a long night for the Jaguars.
Throw out to Carson Mann, and he'll get maybe a half yard on that play, and it'll be 3rd down and 2.
And you'll see a number. This is a big defensive line for Spain Park. Some very good-looking athletes that can fly around the field and make plays. We'll talk about them a little bit more later.
Head up the middle to the 35-yard line.
And that's that nice misdirection there by the Vestavia offense. Nice job by John Paul Head on the read option. You're watching the linebacker. If the linebacker flies out, you keep it, and that's what he did there.
Head drops back after the first down and throws away. Mollison was there, but I think he just broke open late, and he threw that one away, the first pass of the game. But Vestavia with a first down, now 2nd down at the 35-yard line.
That one slipped away from him just a little bit. So after a big gain on first down of the first series, first set of downs, that time no gain on the incompletion on the second set of downs.
Head has it, right tackle's got a lead blocker, stumbles forward. He's very close to the first down, but it will be about 1.5 yards shy.
Yeah, I might stick with that. Vestavia already having incredible success running the football. John Paul Head running off tackle on the most of these big runs.
Fake inside. John Paul Head goes inside, and he's got the first down to the 47-yard line.
Threw him down a little bit late there. No flag comes out. But another first down for the Rebels. And this offensive line is getting a really good push. You can see the tempo with which Vestavia gets back up to the line, very quickly ready to go as soon as the chains have moved.
First down and 10 Rebels, double slot. They fake to Tonsmeyer. Head goes deep, got a man, Mollison at the 31-yard line. So, a 21-yard gain for Mollison. Let's take a look.
And watch the play action. You see those linebackers come in. Head takes his time, takes a hit as he lets go of that football. Good route by Mollison across the field for a big gain.
First down Rebels. They throw the screen out and a flag down procedure. They were trying to hit Jaden Daniels with a screen with a blocker in front of him, but somebody moved.
The ref mic is back.
Sometimes the quickness gets your own team, right?
You want to run with tempo, but you have to allow your teammates to get set. Rush that one just a little bit. They were going to go with a little quick pass to the outside. You run the deep route. You get back up to the line very quickly and just hit them with a quick one. But instead, it's the 5-yard penalty, pushes it back to 1st and 15.
Fake to Tonsmeyer. Head drops. Got a man wide open. It's Webb. 10-5. Nobody going to catch Mr. Webb. Touchdown, Rebels.
Watch the replay here. What I love, John Paul Head lets go of this football before Webb comes out of his break. Perfectly thrown behind the secondary. Not going to catch him. Touchdown, Rebels. Just a great job of stepping into that throw by John Paul Head. Great shot coming into your living room.
Vestavia with the extra point. Owen Simpson's been the kicker with Carter Shirley. And was it blocked? Okay, blocked by Spain Park. So a failed extra point, 6-0. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
There are reasons why On Time Service has far more 5-star Google reviews than any other Alabama home service company. Our technicians are true professionals who never smoke, swear, or leave any mess in your home, and they always arrive on time.
We start each day at Birmingham Fastener with the same core values in mind: integrity, grit, and accountability. We're looking for talented people to join our sales and manufacturing teams. As one of the nation's leading manufacturers, we have over 10 locations across the country and endless opportunities to grow and succeed alongside incredible teammates. Become the future of American manufacturing and help build our nation's infrastructure one bolt at a time here at Birmingham Fastener.
Long touchdown pass to Chase Webb. He's got 2 on the year, 1 on a kickoff return against Mountain Brook. He's got speed to burn, and he showed you there as he got behind the secondary.
It was a beautiful route. It was a corner route. Show post route, come out of it, head to the corner of the end zone. Perfectly thrown ball by John Paul Head. As we said, he let it go before Webb came out of his route. Just how you draw it up.
So Simpson has been terrific at touchbacks, too. This one that's short for him at the 3 are the Jags running it out and knocked down at the 21-yard line. And Jaden Daniels with a nice special teams play. He's getting more and more play time, number 3, and here come the Rebels on defense.
Yeah, excellent coverage there by Jaden Daniels. And this Vestavia defense coming off of a very impressive performance last week. Gave up only 236 yards, only 7 points, really only 1 drive where Hoover was able to get anything going, maybe 2 if you count the earlier one in the first half. But just a great performance by this Vestavia defense led by Grayson Bruno with 6 tackles last week.
Shanks has the ball, and he's stopped immediately. Jordan Ross with a tackle. Let's take a look at Jordan Ross. He's been fantastic this season.
Jordan Ross leading the team in tackles. He has 24 so far on the season. He also leads in tackles for loss with 7. Make that 8. Great play by Jordan Ross, just dominating in the backfield.
Derek Shanks getting the start. His brother Dakari is normally the starter. but Derek started. The quarterback, Brock Bradley, is a sophomore, but it's getting SEC looks already. We'll talk more about him as the night goes. Inside is Shanks again. He'll get back close to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd down at about 10.
Aggressive play early by the Rebel defense and a big play. With the way Vestavia went down the field, put those points on the board, a great start on 1st down. You hate to say it's way too early for plays to be big in a ball game, but it's a type of play for Spain Park you need to try and put some momentum together because Vestavia is feeling it early in this ball game.
3rd down, there's a good look at Brock Bradley. He throws out here in the flat, and there's a great pursuit by Gibson Bean. They completed it to Jonathan Bibbs, but watch the speed of Bean get out there, Chad, and make a nice open field tackle.
Trying to get outside, thrown a little bit behind him. Great job of Bean taking on the tackle, getting there, and then Shea cleans it up.
And right, he took on the block and shed him, didn't he? Very, very nice job by Bean, who's still got 2 broken hands, I think, right?
Yeah, he's playing. It's unbelievable what he's done. Hasn't missed a beat, despite the fact he's incredible. Gone through a lot with those hands, both hands, and now Vestavia's got to burn a timeout.
Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Renew and refresh. JH Outback focuses on strengthening family bonds with spouses, parents, and children to help in spiritual growth and life purpose. Join us for a fun-filled weekend together in an undistracted environment, enjoying the outdoors with great food, entertainment, and live music. JH Outback. Renew and refresh. Rebel Athletics would like to thank Ross Neely, Yearly and More, Kathy Smith Remax, Alexander Shonora, Alabama Pain Physicians, Streamline Scientific, Molecular Designs, Arc Realty, and LeMaster Medical for their contributions.
Back here on the Rebel Nation Sports Network, the kick. Charlie Taft back at the 44-yard line to grab that one. And that's where the Rebels will set up for series number 2, the first resulting in a touchdown. Chase Webb of 36 yards.
Great start for this Vestavia offense. If you're watching the Spain Park defense, watch number 1 and number 3 on the defensive line. Jared Smith's just a junior. He's a 4-star recruit. Nick Alston's a 3-star recruit, his brother playing at Arkansas State.
John Paul Head throws it wide open. It's Caden Taylor down the sidelines to the 23-yard line. Josh Franklin is seeing something. Let's take a look.
And if you throw it that quickly and get it to the outside, those defensive linemen don't matter. Great play call, great execution by the Rebels.
Here comes Tonsmeyer off right tackle. He's not down at the 19-yard line. The ball came out. So I don't think there was officials saw it, do you? Do we have that?
The line judge immediately called him down.
John Versiglio tried to get that for us. They didn't call him down, but, I mean, they called him down. Let's see, right?
Ooh. They called him down. That ball looked like it came out.
Yeah, it was an awfully explosive tackle there.
Yeah, the Rebels are fortunate there. That ball appeared on that replay to have come out. And Coach Fakakis is calling timeout. I'm assuming he has the same concerns about that play as we saw in the replay.
2nd down and 6. JV, can you do that one again? Let's take a look and slow it down. Let's see what happened on that tackle. He's going to try to call it up here and see what Tonsmeyer was running in the middle, and it's already gone out of the system, so we apologize for that. But I think you're right. It looked like he was on a body instead of on the ground, right?
Very aggressive finish to that run by Tonsmeyer. He went down, took a lick, but he did not appear to fall to the ground. He spun around, and as his chest faced the sky, that ball appeared to pop out, but nonetheless, the official called it down, and there is no replay in high school football.
So with 7:12 to go in the first quarter, Vestavia on top 6-0 after the blocked extra point. And they will come back out at the 19-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6. in the pistol formation with Tonsmeyer behind Head. And they call false start. And I don't know what happened on that. Robert's not objecting, though.
No, they were shifting. It looks like as they were shifting, someone appeared to lunge forward, and that's why the flag came out against the Rebels.
So now 2nd down 11. Head drug down. No, he's still on his feet, trying to find somewhere to go, and he's just swarmed under at the 26-yard line, so he'll lose another 2 yards.
It's one of the few times you see this. Great play in the backfield. Very aggressive by Jacob Olson to disrupt that play, and then a number of Jaguars are there to finish it off. So a 3rd and long now for Vestavia.
Thanks to Green Hill Solutions. If you got mold at your house, call Green Hill Solutions. They'll take care of it for you on our instant replay. 3rd down and 13. Head drops. He's looking deep. Webb trying to get open, but awfully handsy back there was Keontae Robinson, the safety. I don't think enough to throw a flag, but he did kind of impede Webb a little bit.
There was certainly contact down the field, but that ball was thrown so far away. It was a complete miscommunication on the route. Webb went on a post route. Head threw it more towards the corner, or more towards the center of the field, and incomplete.
So a 43-yard field goal attempt. He had a 43-yarder against Thompson, if you remember, in week 3. So he's capable. There's no wind tonight, so that should not be a factor. Charlie Ingram snaps it. It is up. It is good. How about Owen Simpson? His second 40-plus field goal, and it kind of makes up for that extra point getting blocked. 9-0 Vestavia. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Are you sure about the air you breathe at home? Are you sure about the air you breathe at home? You can be with Green Home Solutions. They provide indoor air testing, treatments, and analysis that doesn't just find the problem, but resolves the problem. Disinfection, mold remediation, and odor removal creates clean indoor air so your family breathes easier. Call Green Home Solutions at 205-968-1425. That's 205-968-1425.
The on-time service technicians are really good, and Alabama homeowners agree. Before you call another home service company, check out our Google reviews. See the real feedback from real homeowners.
Welcome back to Rebel Nation Sports Network. Scott Griffin, Chad Pilcher, B.J. Milliken, Owen Simpson to kick. Another short one for him, fielded at the 4. Still taking the kick return to the right side. That time, Jaden Daniels missed his man, but Jack Mayhall was there to clean it up for him. And the Jags will start on about the 25-yard line.
Spain Park only picked up 2 yards on that first drive of the ball game. Vestavia sitting at 119 yards of total offense, so it's been one-sided thus far. Vestavia's had 2 drives. This will be Spain Park's second drive of the ball game.
First down and 10 for the Jags. Brock Bradley, again the quarterback, sophomore. Across the front for Vestavia, Hammock, Faust, Ross, Plaisance in there now. A lot of speed on that front 4. Bradley takes it, rolls left, chased by Ross and dumped at the 19-yard line. Ross with his 4th sack on the year.
And watch the speed by Jordan Ross coming off the edge. He's going to show up in your screen very shortly, and look at that speed running and grabbing him down for the sack.
That's a loss of 10. Ross, as Chad alluded to, last year finished in the 40s in his tackles, kind of mid-pack. This year leading the team in every category, pretty much.
Yeah, he's playing like a big-time recruit.
Second down at about 20. Handoff inside, and not much happened there. Got a little bit of real estate. Grayson Bruno in on that tackle. Dakari Shanks, the brother of Derek, getting the rep.
And it's hard to emphasize how difficult it is when on first down you lose yardage. You call it playing behind the sticks. And if you're playing behind the sticks on second down, it's so difficult to convert and keep that drive alive because you're just limited in the types of plays that you can call. And you see it here. There's confusion on the sidelines as they're trying to get in this third down call. Play clock already down to 10 for Spain Park. And now a flag comes out. They're going to have a sideline warning. The coaches on the Spain Park sideline were jumping up and down, trying to get players' attention, trying to get the play called in. And so you have the sideline warning against the Jags. No penalty yardage enforced on a first warning. It would be on a second.
So third down at about 10. Spain Park sends someone in motion, fake to Shanks. They go out to the man in motion. It's just a simple make a tackle, and Cohen Nelson missed the tackle. Normally it's pretty sure tackle. It was up to him, and one missed tackle gives a first down.
It was the right defensive call, but Spain Park got in a one-on-one situation where you have to make a tackle in open field. That's just an outstanding job of making a move. If you're a receiver and you get a ball out in space, you got to go make a play, and that's what happened there.
There's a look at Spence Hanna's hand, who's also broken. We got three guys with broken hands. Seems like playing defense. First and 10 Jags. Throw it out again. This time a great play by Cohen Nelson. He made up for it. He heard Griff talking about him from the press box, or was that Gibson Bean? I thought that was Cohen Nelson.
It was a great play nonetheless.
I got a little excited. I apologize.
Well, watch Gibson Bean read this. He doesn't even hesitate. He takes off right there, and he's there to hit it as soon as the ball arrives
to the
receiver.
Right.
Great play by Gibson Bean.
I saw a 5, and I got excited.
You should have been excited. That was a great play.
Cohen is 15. Gibson is 45. And Gibson, another one of those guys with broken bones all in his arms, and he's out there giving it his all. Second down and 10. Very quick Vestavia defense. Hand to Shanks, makes one man miss, and Watson tackles him by his shoestrings. He'll get 3. It'll be 3rd and 7.
That time Jordan Ross came on the blitz, got absolutely just bear hugged. No flag was thrown, but what he did is he was able to eat up 2 offensive linemen. That allowed Watson to get downfield from his linebacker spot and make that tackle.
Good look at Hammock, Plaisance, Ross. 3rd down and 7. Bradley, the snap, play action, throws a wide receiver screen. Look at the pursuit by Vestavia. Bean was there. Cross Tonsmeyer came and cleaned it up, and even Hammock from the defensive tackle position.
Slip screen. Vestavia brought some pressure. Great pursuit of the football. And now Spain Park right at midfield. You're looking at about a 4th and 4. They're going to send the punt team out, but Vestavia will likely stay, keep the defense on the field, which they will. This is the prime area to try some type of fake punt.
Taft will be deep, the freshman quarterback for Vestavia, who's been terrific. Had a couple of nice 10-yard returns last week. He's been very sure-handed. There he is. You're right, Vestavia will just kind of give a token rush, and the Jags do the convenient punt, and it takes a Vestavia bounce, and they'll set up the 3rd offensive series at the 26-yard line.
So for Spain Park, this defense needs to come up with a stop. At halftime last week against Thompson, Spain Park trailed 34-0. So no points scored for the Jaguars last week. They gave up 34. They've already given up 9 here in the first 9 minutes of this football game. We're still in the first quarter.
We'll go to B.J. Milliken in just a moment after this play. 1st down and 10. Rebels. Tonsmeyer, fake. Heads got it around in. 30, 35, 39-yard line. As he's he's got a first down on the 13-yard run. Let's go to B.J. Milliken on the sidelines.
Yeah, Griff, we talked about defensive linemen and being on the field level. This Spain Park defensive line is one of the bigger ones, especially 3-1. Thompson is huge. These guys are like a step down, but still just as good.
All right. Tonsmeyer on the swing, and he'll get a couple over there, but per BJ talking, it's another big physical defensive line that the Rebels are going against. But you've heard Evans talk about his offensive line. They're not big, but he'll go to war with them, any of them.
Yeah, none of them are big, but they fight. They're tough. They understand assignment football, and they're always where they need to be.
2nd down and 9. Taylor in motion. Head rolling. Got a man. He's trying to find him, and it's a nice pass on target, on time. Cooper Mollison with his 9th catch of the year, his 2nd catch tonight.
That was nice patience and nice delivery by John Paul Head. He had Caden Taylor short for about a 4 or 5 yard reception if he wanted to take it. Instead, he sprinted out a little bit farther and hit Cooper Mollison for the 1st down.
1st down and 10. Head drops, looking, running it now, and he's to the 39-yard line. And I think we got a hold.
We got a Spain Park defender down as well. That's Jacob Olson, the defensive end.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Complete 1st down.
So the hold will go against the Rebels. 1st down and 20. 2:03 to go in the 1st quarter. Chad Pilcher, former Ole Miss quarterback. Scott Griffin here, former Inslee Yellow Jacket. That sounds kind of lame, doesn't it? Head throws it, and boy, he had Mollison open, but it looked like he was kind of half throwing it away, trying to hit him as well. So an errant pass there, 2nd and 20.
Good pressure in the backfield that time by Spain Park. Nice rush. Christian Smith, sophomore defensive lineman, got into the backfield and forced Head to throw that ball before he wanted to do so.
2nd down, 20. Football at the 43. Head looking, throws on the run, got a man, and it's Tonsmeyer. Did he make the catch? Oh my.
What an effort.
I don't know if we have that on sideline or up top or what, but let's see.
This is a great job by Head to avoid the rush, step up in the pocket, and just flip that ball out there. Here comes Tonsmeyer laying out. Oh, good call by the officials.
It did hit the turf a little bit. Good job on the replay by Mr. Basiglio and Green Hill Solutions. He tried to sell it, though, didn't he?
He did. He made a great effort to lay out for the football. Popped up as if he caught it, but it did hit the ground and fell incomplete.
So 3rd down at about 19 from the 43. Josh Franklin's been very aggressive so far in this game, has he not? That's a nice run that the Jags don't mind giving up 10 or 12 there, but Robert Evans and Franklin thinking, okay, we'll just do some field position here and back you up.
The Rebel punt team is very quickly out onto the field. Don't want to give Spain Park time to adjust. Spain Park leaves their defense on the field.
Simpson on the kick. He's averaging 37 yards a punt. And it's fielded at the 20 and caught there. And that's where the Jags will take up shop for their 3rd offensive series. 9-0 Vestavia with a touchdown pass to Chase Webb and a 43-yard field goal from Owen Simpson, and a blocked extra point being the scoring so far. Head already with 10 attempts, Chad, in the 1st quarter. That's very un-Vestavia-like.
Well, they clearly see some vulnerabilities on the outside on the corners. We've seen a number of routes, whether it be corner routes or wheel routes, getting Tonsmeyer out on the edge. They've done a good job of going down the field, down the sidelines, and have had good success. Clearly that was a goal coming into this ball game, so that's why you see the pass attempts higher than it typically has been these last several games.
So 1st down and 10 for the Jags. They'll go pistol formation. Bradley and Shanks. Shanks inside and crashing down immediately. Is that Ross?
That is Ross.
Ross wraps him up again.
And one thing that this Vestavia defense does, they move guys all around. So Jordan Ross is not just sitting at the right defensive end spot, not just at the left defensive end spot. He may be at linebacker. He may be out kind of like he's in coverage, and then he'll make some moves. And so that time he was on the defensive right end and just crashed down and gobbled that one up.
Monty Hedgeman is getting some looks at defensive tackle. Number 99, also Miles Plug, number 40. You see him standing up there on the end by Ross. He's been getting a few more looks the last few weeks. 2nd down and 8. Handoff, Shanks inside, and again, not much running room. Spence Hanna came up hard, as did some others, and a lot of gang tackling for the Rebels.
Just nothing doing at all in the run game so far for Spain Park. This Vestavia defense is all over the place.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So we'll take a 1-minute break and come back with more. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Are you sure about the air you breathe at home? You can be with Green Home Solutions. They provide indoor air testing, treatments, and analysis that doesn't just find the problem, but resolves the problem. Disinfection, mold remediation, and odor removal creates clean indoor air so your family breathes easier. Call Green Home Solutions at 205-968-1425. That's 205-968-1425.
You have to pay taxes. Ugh. It's just part of life. In the great state of Alabama, we have an awesome thing in our tax code called the Alabama Accountability Act, which allows you to redirect up to 100% of your state taxes to Scholarship for Kids, a scholarship granting organization that benefits partner schools like Restoration Academy. It's a no-brainer. Use your tax money for something that will make a huge impact at no cost to you. For more information, go to choosera.org.
There's a look at the Rebels on the sideline. First play of the second quarter. Jags going left to right now as you watch. Be sure you subscribe to YouTube and NFHS to catch all the Rebels action. 3rd down and 6. They've got to get to the 30-yard line. Empty backfield. They throw it out quick, and it's knocked away by guess who?
Jordan Ross. He's having an incredible game so far tonight. He already has 3 tackles, including a tackle for loss. Now he's got a pass breakup. And we've said it, when he wants to dominate a game, he can dominate the game, and he has made some incredible plays in the early go in here tonight.
So Spain Park will have to punt it away, and deep again is Taff at the 40. Token pressure again. Taff has it at the 41, and boys wrapped up for a 3-yard run there. Flag is down late. I don't know what they saw, but 37-yard punt. I don't think he got a face mask. It looked like he just tackled him high, right?
Yep.
Just around the neck. Looked legal to me, but an official came running in way off the ball and threw a flag. There's the discussion going on there.
And I will say, the fumble, Spain Park had a tough break on the fumble, but otherwise this crew's done a pretty good job. I like the way they're in control here of the ball game.
During the return, blocking the back, the receiving.
Oh, it's a block in the back. Now that's a different story.
First down.
All right.
We talked about Jordan Ross, what he's done here in this ball game tonight. Tennessee defensive line coach Rodney Garner down there on the sideline watching Mr. Ross, who will be playing for him next year. So his coach, her future coach, is down on the sideline.
So first down, 10. They'll back it up, though.
Still looks like a little confusion on where the ball should be, and now they're going to mark it off and go back 10. So instead it's starting right around the 40-yard line. Vestavia will start this drive 1st and 10 on the 31.
First and 10 from the 36-yard line. And now timeout Vestavia. We'll take a 45-second break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
You have to pay taxes. Ugh. It's just part of life. In the great state of Alabama, we have an awesome thing in our tax code called the Alabama Accountability Act, which allows you to redirect up to 100% of your state taxes to Scholarship for Kids, a scholarship granting organization that benefits partner schools like Restoration Academy. It's a no-brainer. For more information, go to choosera.org.
Welcome back to Vestavia Hills Football, the Rebel Nation Sports Network. Here's Rodney Garner, former Auburn great, Auburn coach, now at Tennessee. He's been in a lot of places, and you know he's got to be liking what he sees from number 5, Jordan Ross, a Tennessee commit here with the Rebels.
And he looks tonight like he's playing with a little bit of edge. And things like that, having your future coach standing on the sidelines will fire you up a little bit. And Jordan Ross has been big time so far tonight.
So 11:48 to go in the second quarter. The Rebels in control. Love to punch another one in here and get in more control. First down at 10 from the 32-yard line now as they've adjusted the football back. Taylor is flanked off to the left. They're going to go left behind him and Tonsmeyer. Head trying to find room and not much happening over there.
And you may be moving back a little more. Late flag comes in. Interesting on that play, the Vestavia goes quarterback run to the short side of the field.
It's a hold.
And we've seen them continuously in this ballgame going to the outside, whether that be in the run game or the pass game.
So the Rebels getting a little sloppy here with the penalties in the last few drives. Few plays, I should say.
Yeah, that's the Rebels' 5th penalty for 40 yards.
Yeah,
on the night already.
Not been clean so far.
Not at all. Spain Park, no penalties. And not only that penalty, the previous penalty on the punt return, at least that didn't put you behind the sticks. Now you're looking at 1st and 20.
Right. So here we go, 1st and 20, and Taylor, Mollison split out. Man out to the left. Tonsmeyer goes in motion. They come back to Littleton. He's down the sideline and busts somebody in the chin to the 40. So they're only a yard shy of the first down. That's a 19-yard gain.
Slip screen, Ford Brown on the offensive line. Watch him get down the field. Nice catch there. Watch that block right there to seal it off.
Watch this play. Boom.
Man as well, and nice finish to the play.
First down, head up inside. Tonsmeyer leading the way, still squirreling his way past the 45 to the 47-yard line. And that's it looks like it's 3 yards, and it ends up being 5 and 6. It's crazy.
He pushes forward so much after contact.
Head again, ball fake, run up the middle. Great block there by Taylor as he came up and really leveled the middle linebacker, Landon Huey, to give Head another couple of yards and a first down.
And really nice recognition that time by Head. He was going to the right side, saw the cutback to his left to pick up that first down.
Head drops back, trying to run, sidesteps, still on his feet. The referee's getting in the way. Finally, Nick Alston drags him down.
That's one of the more exciting 2-yard runs you'll ever see. Wanted to pass it, decides to scramble, looked like he was wrapped up, and now we got a player going down, and that.
Yeah, holding his leg, and he's got a cramp.
Cramped up, yeah. I mean, it's almost like like a sniper, just kind of fell down. Clearly that calf cramped up.
So we'll keep it here. And now there's a flag, maybe on a coach, maybe unsportsmanlike conduct. They threw a flag.
I think the Vestavia coaching staff felt like that was a manufactured stoppage, because now Jared Smith's jogging off just like he's fine.
Yeah.
Vestavia was very quickly
Well,
rushing back.
he did fall down
As
for no reason.
The ball was about to be snapped. Smith was on Vestavia's side of the line of scrimmage, and he fell down. It looked to me like it was a calf.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 22, Vestavia.
And what that does is a 15-yard penalty. And it was definitely on the coaching staff as they got animated.
Yeah, it's just the type of thing that really not ideal as you're putting together a drive. Certainly it's worth arguing about and wondering what's happening, but you can't have that type of penalty in this situation.
Yeah, and there's nothing you could do about it if a team wants to fake an injury. There's nothing. You can argue, you can scream. There's nothing you can do about it. They're not going to do anything about it.
The only thing that happens is you lose 15 yards.
Hand off Tonsmeyer, left side. Trying to get around in, tripped up there, but he'll get 7. And it'll be 3rd down and about 14, a little bit more manageable.
Yeah,
but that's a big penalty. You're on the drive and getting close to field goal range at least.
Landon Page pulled around on that play. Very aggressive blocking downfield by the junior offensive lineman.
Head drops. Good protection. Oh, now that should be targeting. And that is. Man was there, and somebody else was wanting to get involved. And let's see this one.
That's not okay.
Yeah, he's not even going for the ball.
Did not go for the ball at all.
And Chance Wollsoncroft, the linebacker, just tried to nail man and got him pretty good, but now they'll get that 15 yards back.
That's that type of ball where it's really tough. You kind of hang your receiver out to dry, but that was an easy call for the officials' obvious targeting.
Should be a 1st down or very close.
It's going to be right at the sticks when they mark that off.
And that's a silly play on Spain Park when you've got a team that's ahead of you.
Unnecessary roughness in the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. It'll be a 1st down.
So Vestavia a little bit earlier has the unsportsmanlike conduct that backed them up, really put them in a precarious situation as far as this drive goes. And then Spain Park with the chance to get off the field to get a stop. Then they have that unnecessary roughness call and puts Vestavia right back in business.
So 1st down and 10 Vestavia. We're back where we started from a couple of minutes later. Head, left tackles, sneaking his way, looking behind, worming his way behind Taylor and Littleton and the offensive line. And he'll get maybe 3.
And we're at the point in the game, I talked about the officials managing the game. They're going to have to really take control of this game right now. This thing is getting very chippy. You've seen some of these hits. You're having a lot of contact to the whistle, which is what you want, but you can't go past and have that contact after the whistle, and you're coming pretty close to that.
Tonsmeyer, left tackle, got hit high, didn't work. He's still going. He'll get to the 30 where they'll mark forward progress. And that's a nice run, and it'll be 3rd down and 3.
You get the feeling from Vestavia that you're in 4-down territory. You're at 3rd and 3. They send the heavy package onto the field. Watson, Ingram will be there for some extra blocking.
Littleton, Taylor, Ingram, Watson, a lot of 200-plus pounders behind the offensive line. They'll shift and pick a side to run with Head. It's the left side. He runs and tries to get up there, and he's very close. And I think he's got it. Well, I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, Head went flipping over the top of a defender for Spain Park. And Landon Huey didn't quite get off the pile as quickly as he needed to. Gave a little shove there.
Yeah, they'll try to. Every team tries to do this to John Paul Head. They try to hit him, obviously. I get that, but they'll lay on him, tug on him, trying to wear him down, and he just doesn't get worn down.
And part of that's the hitting that comes, and part of that's the speed with which Vestavia wants to work. You're trying to slow him down.
Whistle and stoppage of play. Timeout. Spain Park. We'll take a 45-second break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Are you sure about the air you breathe at home? You can be with Green Home Solutions. They provide indoor air testing, treatments, and analysis that doesn't just find the problem, but resolves the problem. Disinfection, mold remediation, and odor removal creates clean indoor air so your family breathes easier. Call Green Home Solutions at 205-968-1425. That's 205-968-1425.
In the great state of Alabama, we have an awesome thing in our tax code called the Alabama Accountability Act, which allows you to redirect up to 100% of your state taxes to Scholarship for Kids, a scholarship granting organization that benefits partner schools like Restoration Academy. It's a no-brainer.
Welcome back to Rebel Nation Sports Network. Vestavia with a first down at the 27-yard line. It's 9-0. And B.J. Milliken will go to him after this play. He says it's a weird vibe going on the sideline, so we'll go to B.J. after this play. First down and 10. Head, drops, has a man open, goes over the middle. Littleton was open too, but Jaden Daniels was wide open.
That was the first look for a head, and for whatever reason, he didn't see him. If he gets it out to Jaden Daniels on the edge, he's got a chance to go to the end zone.
Let's go to B.J. Milliken on the sideline. B.J.
Yeah, you know, this is usually really one of the best atmospheres in football here in the state of Alabama, but tonight it's been kind of dead. It's been a kind of a smash mouth type game, not a lot happening, not a lot of huge plays. So it's been kind of a weird atmosphere down here. Now, on the field, though, been a lot of smack talk. I noticed it earlier in the first quarter, a lot of smack talk, a lot of after-play stuff. So I think we saw a little bit of that come to fruition here early in the drive.
All right, BJ with a report. It does feel, I feel a buzz a little bit, but it's not the normal
I agree.
kind of energy coming from the crowd to the field, right?
I agree. It's going to be a 4th and 1 here. And after such a big win, that's not unexpected. The crowd's a little bit smaller than maybe what it has been the last couple of weeks. And I think that last win last week was so big that there is a little bit of maybe an exhale here this week.
A Hoover hangover? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't think it's that. It just feels like it's a little bit
with a
more
crowd,
relaxed.
it's a Hoover hangover.
Totally agree.
Not the team. The team's playing pretty good, except for penalties. And a timeout again on the field. We'll keep it here. So you think it's just a little – and look, that was a huge win last week.
Right.
It's kind of understandable. Robert Evans would not want to make an excuse about it, but it's a little bit understandable.
Well, from a team standpoint, the Vestavia offense has already put up over 200 yards here in the first half. The Vestavia defense has only given up 29 yards. They've absolutely controlled the game up and down the field. But you're right, in the crowd, it just feels not quite that same vibe that you've had these last few weeks in these big games. But in reality, think about it. Last year when these two teams played, both came in 1-3. Both were 0-2 in the region. And this was the game of if you win this one, you still have a chance at the playoffs. If you lose, you're done, even though you were only in week 5. And both teams had come off this just brutal stretch of playing for Vestavia, playing Hoover Thompson back-to-back. They'd already played Mountain Brook. And it was a huge game. It had all this energy, all this excitement trying to get something going. Now Vestavia's in a really, really good spot in this region. But from a performance standpoint, it's been a really good performance. Now they're going to look to extend this drive here on a 4th down play.
4th down and 1. Head, left side, got it as usual. I can't remember many times he's got stopped on 4th down in less than 2 or 3. To the 16-yard line. Clock running with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And that's where it's so frustrating as a defensive coordinator. You know what's coming. You line up to try and stop it, and very few teams have. The only time I can recall is the one play, a 4th down against Thompson, down inside the 10-yard line. But otherwise, that's such an efficient and such an effective play.
Taylor in motion. They look. They throw behind him, wide open. Great play call. Josh Franklin, he sent Taylor out, Littleton down the seam. There's a flag down, though, but I think we have the touchdown.
And this is all because of the motion. You see the motion going out. Defense goes with him. Then you come back underneath and hit that ball to Littleton. Flag came out late.
ineligible receiver downfield on Vestavia. So I didn't see who it was.
I didn't either. It's one of those plays just can't happen. It's clearly a pass play.
What a play.
Yeah, great play call by this offensive staff and Coach Josh Franklin. You won that play with the motion. It was all about the play design is what caused the receiver to be so wide open, but unfortunately an offensive line or someone covered up went downfield too far.
So first down and 15. Head, rolling, trying to escape and does not. Jared Smith, that's the first time I've called his name. Oh, he's the big defensive end that's got offers from everywhere and celebrating a little bit on the Vestavia sideline a bit.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Threw him down late, did Spain Park, and then dancing and celebrating all over the place and no flags came out.
Second down and 18.
That's the second or third time, though, we've seen John Paul Head sprint out, have a receiver open early, and just waiting a little bit too long to get rid of that football.
It, right?
If you go ahead and throw it, you're going to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. Instead, you end up with a sack.
Yeah, take that check down play when you can. Head on the left side, spinning. He's to the 17-yard line. So it'll be third down about 11 on the 6-yard run.
On this play, you'd love to go try to get the first down, but you don't want to make a mistake. You have a real chance at 3 points here. You want to be able to put points on the board, so you want to be aggressive but not reckless.
Head looking, got the man in the seam. It's a touchdown. Mollison in the seam. He just ran a stop route, caught it, took it off the turf a little bit, and dove in for 6.
Just right down the hash. Nobody covers it. No one covered Cooper Mollison. Nice recognition by Head. Good throw. A little bit behind him. Mollison goes down, makes that catch, says, whoa, let me get in that end zone.
Good replay there for the Green Home Solutions folks. 15-0, Vestavia. Trying to make it 16 here. Would you go for 2 or not necessarily? Simpson on with the extra point. It's up, and it's good. Timeout on the field. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Rebel Athletics would like to thank Ross Neely, Yearly and More, Kathy Smith Remax, Alexander Shonora, Alabama Pain Physicians, Streamline Scientific, Molecular Designs, Arc Realty, and LeMaster Medical for their contributions.
Scott Griffith, Chad Pilcher, our amazing crew here for the Rebels, 16-0 over Spain Park. The Rebels trying to go 2-1 in region play, 4-1 over the year, and number 4 in 7A. Ahead of Hewitt, which is amazing.
And that game's going to loom large if both teams continue to win going forward.
It should be a battle for home field advantage in the playoffs. And we'll have them here. There's a fumble, but it's picked up by the Jaguars. Nelson trying to drag him down, and he's joined by some mates. So that fumble puts it on the 15-yard line. There's a flag down.
And that's likely going to back Spain Park up even more. So after dropping the kick, the return was not very good, and it's going to get even worse when this penalty is enforced.
Jonathan Bibbs finally got the run back for Spain Park, but it would have been nullified anyway. A lot of penalties in this game. Good shot of Robert Evans and Sean Rainey. Defensive mindset. Leaders of defense for the Rebels.
Holding on the return team. Averages to the goal. First down.
So that'll back them up half the distance to the goal.
And this is a real opportunity for Vestavia. Already up 16-0. You have 5 minutes, 15 seconds left in this second quarter. If you can get a stop on this drive, you have a real nice chance of getting good field position.
Bradley hands off, Shanks. They just can't get the running game going. That's 2 yards. And right now, for Spain Park, I'm not even sure if they have 10 yards rushing. We'll see in a moment as the stats update. And they have 9 yards.
That's incredible. Just a great performance here by this Vestavia defense. We came into this year talking about kind of a scrappy defensive line. Jordan Ross obviously is there, but you didn't have a ton of size, but these guys play big.
Harrison Fowles is what, 180 maybe? He's right there in the middle. It's crazy. But they fight. Bradley throws, had a man open. That would have been the biggest play. Mayhall there defensively, but it's dropped by Bibbs. Just dropped right in his hands.
That was a really good job by Bradley to stay in the pocket, to stay patient, to let the routes develop. And then he delivered a nice ball right over the middle, but Bibbs just dropped it. Tried to run before he caught it, and it fell to the turf.
Good look at Mayhall there, who had 2 interceptions against Thompson. John Paul Head and the mates on the sideline. Man, some of the offensive guys there. I think he heard me say his name. 3rd down and 8. Bradley throws. He's got a man open on the sidelines. Tonsmeyer's there. Touch late. Bibbs that time secured it for the first down.
That was a really good throw by Bradley, and you see why people are talking about him and the talent that he has. He let that one rip. It's zone coverage by the Rebels. He put it right in front of the safety. It looked like the corner slipped as he was bailing out, coming in coverage. He slipped, but a nice throw there and a conversion.
Bradley hands to Shanks, right tackle. He's got some positive yardage. Maybe their best run of the night. Watson and Bruno on the tackle.
And that's what a first down can do. It gives you that momentum. It gives you that fresh set of downs, and it gets you a little excitement. Like, hey, we finally did it. We finally got that conversion. Now let's start plowing forward.
Robert Evans directing things defensively. Handoff, Shanks. They're brothers. That's why you hear both names, different numbers. That's about a 3-yard gain to the 37-yard line. Between the 37 and 38, they got to get to the 40.
And this is how Spain Park wants to play it. A couple of nice runs. They can rely on those running backs to get a good push, and then you're in a very manageable 3rd down situation. Here, just a 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2. Good look at the defensive line there. Handoff. Shanks, he's dropped down immediately by Jordan Ross. Threw him down.
Watch Jordan Ross come off the edge, recognize, bam. Good play, Jordan Ross.
No gain on the play for Ross. 4th down and 2.
I know it's your own 38, but already down 16. I'm a little surprised Coach Vakakis doesn't think about going for it here. Vestavia going to keep the defense on the field just to try to avoid some type of fake punt. But what an incredible play by Jordan Ross on that 3rd down.
Does Pilcher Analytics say go for it here? Oh, they are. They're throwing it. Downfield, wide open, and he caught it. Taft hits him, but it's a execution and a nice throw by the punter.
You keep the defense on the field because you know something like this might happen. Great throw by the punter. Good hit by Taft to come over the top, but he's a little bit late. Nice conversion by Spain Park on the fake punt.
So the Jaguars alive again. 2:13 to go in the first half.
But I like the call. Short, 4th and short. You think if you're going to fake something to be some kind of run, let's just let it fly.
Bradley just falls down. Everybody was coming after him. They kind of ran by him. He didn't really have to do that, but he just sat down there.
And I know that was a sack, but Bradley's shown a lot of poise there, right? A lot of young guys, he's a sophomore, might just try to force something down the field or try to scramble out and maybe the ball comes loose. Recognizing there was nothing happening there, he simply just sat down, take the loss, and live to see another play. And that's what a lot of times with young quarterbacks, they're going to force things down the field. That was a smart play there.
Timeout on the field. We'll take a 45-second break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
When the on-time service technician arrives in your home, you give us an amazing opportunity, the opportunity to earn your trust. When the job is done and the technician leaves, I want you to be really pleased with the work. And I want something more. I want you to say to yourself, I trust that guy.
Back to the Rebel Nation Sports Network. Scott Griffin, Chad Pilcher, BJ Milliken. Our great crew here. 2nd down and 14. Minute 34 to go. The football on the 34 of the Rebels. Bradley drops back. He's rushed. Has to throw it up, and somehow it's caught. Man, he was under great pressure by Plaisance, I think. But somehow, grabbing that was Cam McFarland, the tight end.
Watch this rush by Vestavia. Shoot into the backfield.
Actually,
and it's a great catch.
Faust, I should say. Sorry about that. It was Faust, not Plaisance. Yeah, he just took it out of the air, didn't he? 3rd down and 8. Here comes the rush again. He got hit. Football's loose. Ross and Bean sacked him. Football is loose, and Vestavia fell on it. I think maybe sideline might have that one. Jacob Watson looked like he fell on it here. We'll take a look.
Vestavia brings the pressure. Jordan Ross gets there.
I think
Bruno got there first and rips the ball out, and Vestavia recovers. Great job, great defensive play call by coordinator Sean Rainey. Brings the pressure. Bruno gets there. Ross mops it up, and the ball comes loose, and Vestavia has the football.
All right, so 56 seconds to go. Vestavia stops the Jags with a fumble as Bradley got nailed by Bruno. 1st down and 10. Head dropping, going deep. Man is forced out of bounds. Good defensive play there, and a flag. I thought that was a pretty good defensive play, but they'll throw the flag, it looks like, on the Jags.
No timeouts here for Vestavia, so they have to take a shot. Jamar Mosley was in coverage. He did a good job of staying with the Vestavia receiver, but the contact came. He pushed him and pushed him out of bounds. That's what brought out the flag. I think if Vestavia, you do the exact same thing again. Take a shot down the field, see if you can get a reception. If not, maybe you get another penalty and try to move it down the field.
I maybe like that play, sending Taylor in motion and hitting the seam with the Y. There's a throw a little high to Jaden Daniels from John Paul Head. Jaden's been playing some cornerback, some wide receiver. His brother's injured, and he's been doing a nice job all over the place.
So that time they were trying to get a little bit of a hitch route, pick up 7-8 yards, and then get out of bounds. This time they're going to go trips to the right side.
Head drops, looking, directing, throwing, and he just overshoots Mollison. 37 seconds to go.
And that's where not having any timeouts really changes the dynamic of this approach. You have to take shots down the field because you don't have the ability to stop the clock if you catch something short of the sticks. Now, if the ball goes past the 1st down marker, you pick up a 1st down, obviously the clock will stop while they move the chains, but otherwise the only way to stop it is to get out of bounds.
This time they run Tonsmeyer around the right side, and he runs out of bounds. He'll get about 4 yards over there. I don't think Robert wanted him running out of bounds.
No, that's the reason you call a run play is try to get to the half. You want to see what you can pick up and hopefully fall out down inbounds and force Spain Park to use their final timeout or let the clock run out. Instead, clock is stopped at 31 seconds. Vestavia still has the offense on the field on this 4th down.
They're going to pooch kick it. Yeah.
And here it comes. So by doing this, there's no return man for Spain Park.
So John Paul Head gets to send it down inside the 10 with a nice kick and down by Carson Mann. So 18 seconds to go in the first half. B.J. Milliken will have Robert Evans and the halftime interview coming up. Rusty Weaver will be our halftime guest. Chad Pilcher will chat with him up here, and we'll watch the Vestavia band as well.
And this is the second game in a row where Vestavia has a strong lead at the half. They've absolutely dominated statistically, up 228-86, but you feel like it could be more. They've given a couple opportunities. Maybe they could have put some points, few more points on the board. Not able to convert those, but nonetheless, it's been a really good performance by the Rebels here in the first half. The defense has been phenomenal, holding Spain Park under 100 yards.
Well, and they were really under 40 yards until that last punter wide receiver exchange. Bradley will just take it and kneel, and I think Tim Vakakis will just take it in the locker room and try to figure out something for the Jags. What a first half for the Rebels, 16-0, great defense, big plays offensively, a little messy with the penalties, but that shows you the strength of Vestavia when you can play not clean and still be dominating this football game.
Yeah, they felt like this Spain Park team was a little bit better than Hoover from a performance standpoint, the way that they had played. But Vestavia's just taken it to them. They've done what they needed to do offensively, moving up and down the field, and really been dominant defensively. And I'm sure Coach Evans will have some things to clean up, but he's got to be pleased with the way his team performed in the first half, and now we'll go down to B.J. Milliken.
Coach, a little bit sloppy in the first half, but you got to be happy with the 0.
Yeah, we're playing pretty good defensively. They hit us on trick play and then hit us on a seam ball into Tampa 2, which we like. So we got some adjustments to make. But, yeah, it's like pulling teeth. It's just I told them, asked them to empty the tank. I think they are. It's chippy out there, and we've got to control our emotions in order to not get dumb flags, because we should really probably have, 23 points, and this game should be completely out of hand. But Tim and his guys have done a good job. They have good players. They have good scheme. And this will be a 4-quarter game. They're not going away. They get the ball first. We need to stop them. We need to score and kind of get this thing out of hand.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
That is Robert Evans, B.J. Milliken, and you heard him say it should be 23-0, but we'll take 16-0. So we will take a break. We'll come back. Rusty Weaver will be our guest. We'll also have the Vestavia band. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
You have to pay taxes. Ugh. It's just part of life. In the great state of Alabama, we have an awesome thing in our tax code called the Alabama Accountability Act, which allows you to redirect up to 100% of your state taxes to Scholarship for Kids, a scholarship granting organization that benefits partner schools like Restoration Academy. It's a no-brainer. Use your tax money for something that will make a huge impact at no cost to you. For more information, go to choosera.org.
Renew and refresh. JH Outback focuses on strengthening family bonds with spouses, parents, and children to help in spiritual growth and life purpose. Join us for a fun-filled weekend together in an undistracted environment, enjoying the outdoors with great food, entertainment, and live music. JH Outback. Renew and refresh.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back at the half. Vestavia Hills leading Spain Park 16-0 here in high school football, 7A football. And we're very pleased to be joined here at the half with Rusty Weaver, President Pro Tem of the Vestavia Hills City Council. Rusty, thank you for being here. Obviously, you serve on the City Council, but you've been here in Vestavia Hills your whole life. Your kids have played through here. Talk about what you see when you see Coach Evans and this team he's put together this year.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's fantastic. I think Coach Evans was just the right guy at the right time for this team, and he's really brought Vestavia football back to where it always has been in the past. And doing what Vestavia teams do, they're outplaying the expectations of the people outside the program. And obviously, this team has Coach Evans' identity: hard-hitting, hard-nosed, and a lot of class.
And Coach Evans is somebody. What makes him so special for this job is obviously he played here. He played under Coach Anderson. He's been a part of championship teams. He's coached other programs, but it's all kind of founded with what Coach Anderson laid for all those years. You were part of that and witnessed that. Talk about Coach Anderson and what he's really meant to this city, to this program, to this high school.
Well, he's obviously a very special man to the city, and he's very special to the people that played for him and went to school here and had him in class and so forth. But I remember Robert as a kid running around on this field when I was here in 1987, and I guess he was about 10 years old maybe. His dad, I actually had the privilege of playing for his dad, who was an assistant coach here. And Coach Anderson built the legacy here, built the program here, and it's just fantastic that Robert, one of his proteges, is getting an opportunity to continue.
Yeah, and that's what this program is about. It's about families that build up. Your kids have played here. You've got friends. You know, we talk about this broadcast. We got Steve was involved. You guys played together back in not too long ago. Not too long ago, you guys played together.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. But again, your kids have gone through, and so many families get to really be enriched just being a part of this program and a part of this school.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to honor Coach Anderson by speaking at a Board of Education function a couple of years ago, and I thought about the fact that I played here for him, and I wanted my sons to play here for him, and my older son got that opportunity, and it was very special, and it's very special to my son. He understands what it means, and I've got a younger one now who's he's out this season with a back injury, but hopefully he'll be back to play for Coach Evans.
Yeah, and one thing with your role now as a city, you run for city council because you want to give back to your community. And as you talk about athletics programs, it has to start when they're young. And the city, I know, is invested in our facilities here for Parks and Rec and building up the new parks, the new fields, and I know that's something you've been proud to be a part of.
Absolutely. We've been working on community spaces program since I got on the council, and we're almost finished with phase 3 at Wall, which is tennis courts, pickleball courts, dog park, walking trails. Hopefully that'll be finished towards the end of October, 1st of November. We're working on the Altadena Valley Park. It's a passive park where we're putting in parking and bathroom facilities and a canoe launch out there, and just continuing to work on our park system. Probably move out toward Liberty Park next and work in that area. Just keep upgrading and keep our facilities top of the line for our kids.
And that's a thing a lot of folks may not realize is you run for city council, it's a part-time job, but it's a full-time job with the work that you guys put in, constantly focused on improving and making the city better.
Yeah, it's anybody that thinks it's a part-time job hasn't done it, because there's always something to work on and improve. And we have a great council, great mayor, great city manager, and department heads, and everybody does a good job pulling in the right direction and keeping our city functioning well.
Well, and what do you see as you think about this city and this school? What's next? What's on the horizon when you think 5 years, 10 years down the road?
I just hope we can continue to improve our facilities, especially with the school. We need to improve our facilities for all the sports. We've got issues with room inside. We need more field space. So hopefully we can get those things taken care of and continue to build up our city spaces as well.
Well, we appreciate all the work you've done. Appreciate the way you invest in this program, and you really put a lot of time and energy and effort, and I know a lot of folks appreciate that. And so thank you for being here with us tonight. That's Rusty Weaver with the Vestavia Hills City Council. Vestavia leads Spain Park 16-0 at the half. We'll be right back.
When you have an appliance problem in your home, call On Time Service. Our appliance technicians will arrive on time in trucks fully stocked with hundreds of replacement parts. From stoves and ovens to washers and dryers to refrigerators and dishwashers, it's appliance repair on time or we pay you $59. And always backed by the On Time Service guarantee. For appliance repair, call the Appliance Pro at On Time Service.
Your future is here at Birmingham Fastener.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Welcome back to the Rebel Nation Sports Network as we continue to take a look at this Spain Park band. The Vestavia band will be coming on a little bit later on. 16-0 Rebels in control of this football game and have not played completely clean, but they are in control for sure of the football game. We appreciate Rusty Weaver coming by to talk to Chad Pilcher and us in the press box here as Vestavia is in the locker room getting ready for a second half preparations against Tim Vakakis and the Spain Park Jaguars. Just some of the numbers that jump out at me. Total yards, Vestavia 228 to Spain Park's 85. If you can believe that. Net passing yards 142 to 80, and really about 50 of that for Spain Park was on the fake punt. But Vestavia with 6 penalties, and that's where it's really hurt them, 6 penalties, but they are 4 out of 9 on third down conversions, so they have done quite well themselves. We'll take another 2-minute break and come back and watch the Vestavia Hills Rebels band. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Are you sure about the air you breathe at home? You can be with Green Home Solutions. They provide indoor air testing, treatments, and analysis that doesn't just find the problem, but resolves the problem. Disinfection, mold remediation, and odor removal creates clean indoor air so your family breathes easier. Call Green Home Solutions at 205-968-1425. That's 205-968-1425.
We're building on-time service to become Alabama's most trusted company. With air conditioning technicians, plumbers, electricians, and appliance repairmen you can trust. Technicians who won't try to sell you things you don't need, who are honest in figuring out the problem and repairing it, and are backed by the on-time service satisfaction guarantee. You can trust the on-time service technician to do the right thing.
Lifeline's ministry is necessary because God has ultimately called the body of Christ to manifest the gospel to vulnerable children. We see it beginning in the Old Testament in the Pentateuch. God continues to renew that call over and over and over again to the people. Lifeline, in its role, comes alongside the church with that very narrow specialization to allow the church to live out the mission that the church has been given to proclaim the gospel through orphan care.
Let's take a listen to the Vestavia Hills Marching Band. Great performance by the Vestavia Rebel Marching Band. Finishing with a 007 spell out there. Kind of rocking around here. 16-0. Vestavia on top. We'll take a 2-minute break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
We start each day at Birmingham Fastener with the same core values in mind: integrity, grit, and accountability. We're looking for talented people to join our sales and manufacturing teams. As one of the nation's leading manufacturers, we have over 10 locations across the country and endless opportunities to grow and succeed alongside incredible teammates. Become the future of American manufacturing and help build our nation's infrastructure one bolt at a time here at Birmingham Fastener.
When the on-time service technician arrives in your home, you give us an amazing opportunity. The opportunity to earn your trust, to arrive at your home on time, to fix the problem in your home, and to never sell you something you don't need. When the job is done and the technician leaves, I want you to be really pleased with the work. And I want something more. I want you to say to yourself, I trust that guy.
Are you sure about the air you breathe at home? You can be with Green Home Solutions. They provide indoor air testing, treatments, and analysis that doesn't just find the problem, but resolves the problem. Disinfection, mold remediation, and odor removal creates clean indoor air so your family breathes easier. Call Green Home Solutions at 205-968-1425. That's 205-968-1425.
Lifeline's ministry is necessary because God has ultimately called the body of Christ to manifest the gospel to vulnerable children. We see it beginning in the Old Testament in the Pentateuch. God continues to renew that call over and over and over again to the people. Lifeline, in its role, comes alongside the church with that very narrow specialization to allow the church to live out the mission that the church has been given to proclaim the gospel through orphan care.
Welcome back to Buddy Anderson Field, Thompson Stadium. Scott Griffin, Chad Pilcher, our crew. There's John Paul Head warming up a little bit with Jaden Daniels and teammates around him. 16-0. Vestavia in control of this game so far.
And John Paul Head's come out and really thrown the ball tonight. 8 of 16, 142 yards. Got 2 passing touchdowns. Compare that to last week. He only threw the ball 12 times the entire game, had 7 completions, total of 69 yards. He's looked good throwing it. They've taken some shots, especially on the outside, but still run the ball really well. Tonight, 21 carries for the team, 86 yards, but they've been pass heavy tonight and have been able to hit some big shots down the field. A couple of nice catches. Touchdown by Cooper Mollison, touchdown by Chase Webb. And really can't say enough about this Vestavia defense, only giving up 85 yards of total offense there in the first half. Really, Spain Park, as you said, half of those yards, or close to it, came on that fake punt and a pass from the punter down the field. So just a dominant defensive performance by this Rebel defense and defensive coordinator Sean Rainey.
Let's check in with B.J. Milliken here very quickly. And B.J., is the vibe a little different now?
Well, I mean, the band really livened the place up, so kudos to the Vestavia High School band. I don't know, I mean, the buzz is still just kind of odd. It's like you guys said, it's like the Hoover hangover is still kind of hanging over the stadium, but we'll see if it gets any better in the second half.
All right. Maybe BJ needs to do something about that, Chad. He said there's a little bit still that Hoover hangover. Maybe it's time for BJ to, I don't know, go shirtless maybe, or do some push-ups, or what, BJ? Can you do something? I mean,
here's the reality, and this is something that hadn't happened in a while around this place, is these fans came tonight expecting Vestavia to win. They came here thinking this
That's
is
a
going to
great
be
point.
a win. We're going to win this game.
Why else would you be?
It's not going to be some tough difficult game. And this is a very good Spain Park team, but the Vestavia fans showed up tonight thinking we're going to win.
And apathetic's too strong a word.
Right.
But it's leaning towards apathy a little bit.
It's an expectation. It's an expectation of we're going to win. And so because of that, there's not quite as much intensity in the stands, but there has been intensity on the field, especially on the defensive side of the ball for the Rebels, and the performance has been outstanding.
Vestavia will kick it off, and the Jags, this will be a big possession here if Spain Park wants to get in it or if they get stonewalled like they have been much of the first half and Vestavia gets the ball again. So this is big, and I know every announcer says that, but in this case, I really feel it's really big.
We said that in the second drive of this ball game, just the way that Vestavia came out and put points on the board and went up 9-0 so quickly, but I agree with you. If Spain Park's going to get back into this ball thing, they've got to do something on this drive. Even if they don't get points, they've got to move the ball and show that they're capable of doing something offensively.
Bibbs will have it at the goal line, and that's the first one Simpson has gotten for a touchback. He's been really good at that this year. Owen Simpson's been just an understated value for the Rebels.
And if I'm Spain Park, I'm going to come out and start throwing the ball. They have been able to do nothing running the football, less than 10 yards rushing the football.
But passing, they haven't done a lot except for the punter.
They haven't done a ton, but at least they've been able to get some short passes on the edge. I would take more shots. I mean, they've had a couple of times where they've run some crossing routes across the middle, try to get
at a drop.
Try to get some confusion in the secondary, see if you can't mix something up, and take a shot. Even if you don't get a completion, at least that could potentially loosen up the Vestavia defense. They're coming out now. They've got two wide receivers to the offensive left side as well as a slot player.
Pistol formation for Shanks. Boy, you got pressure, and immediately Jordan Ross is in there with a one-handed jersey grab and throws him to the turf.
And if you're looking to get hot, that's not the way to do it. Jordan Ross off the edge, great speed, another sack.
He looked like he went down rather easily, though, didn't he?
He did. He felt that pressure and just sat down.
Ross with, I think, 2 sacks, maybe 3. That's the 6th or 7th on the year. And that's not the way you start. It's second down and 19. You're playing behind the chains again. And your quarterback's getting a little jumpy.
We have Jordan Ross down for 2.5 sacks on the night, 3.5 tackles for loss.
Pistol formation. Shanks. That's the perfect way to say it, right? Not 2, not 3, 2.5. Timeout, Jags. They're discombobulated. We'll keep it here for now. And Jordan Ross, like you said, when he puts his mind to it, special is the word that comes up.
Just dominating. He's coming off the edge. He's rushing. He uses the speed. He uses the strength. And this coaching staff has showed some nice run blitzes at times. That time, again, it's a pass rush. They were expecting pass on first down. He just brought him off the edge. He used his pure speed to get to the quarterback and yank him down.
16-0 Vestavia, and in control, Sean Rainey, Robert Evans putting their minds together.
And here's the other thing. We talk a lot about Jordan Ross because he's so prolific. He's an outstanding big-time player, and he's proven it out here on the field. But the other part is those other defensive linemen, those linebackers, they're in the right spot.
Yeah.
They're hitting their fits the way
they
that they're
haven't been
supposed to.
out of position at all.
Perfectly in position. They're stopping up the gaps that needed to be stopped up, and that allows Ross to be free on the outside. And so it's a complete team effort. Even though you may see one guy making a play, it's an entire team effort from this defense.
And remember, they're playing without Caden Daniels, a starter. Jack Mayhall's been terrific filling in for him. They're going after Mayhall. Mayhall step for step. He's up there, and, boy, I thought he had an interception, but Bibbs got his hands on it, but it falls to the turf. Mayhall was there, but Bibbs, I think, with the height advantage, almost had it.
Good recovery by Mayhall. He was running step for step. Boucher rolled over the top from his safety spot to help out. Bibbs went up and had a chance, just not able to bring it in. But that's a play that Spain Park had to try. They had to take a shot to try to get something down the field because there's just been nothing. Even the positive yardage they've gotten have been short yardage gains out on the edge. Just haven't been able to get anything down the field. So it doesn't result in a completion, but they finally did take a shot, which could loosen things up.
Bradley rolling left. Looking, trying to throw on the run. Got a man. And it's not going to be
we'll see where
enough
they
for the first down, but there's a flag down in the backfield.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding against Spain Park Ethan Denneberg got into the backfield very quickly, and he was held, just got wrapped up by the Spain Park offensive line. Watch here in the middle of your screen right there. You see the hold against Denneberg. That's what brought the
face mask, yeah.
He said face mask. It was holding.
Yeah.
And so that's going to back him up even further.
3rd and 22.
3rd and 22 now. There are not many plays for 3rd and 22 in high school.
No, I mean, you're just going to throw it up again. Either you take the conservative play and you just run it out and try to put yourself in a decent spot to punt, or you chunk it up, and even if you're picked off, it's the equivalent of a punt.
Bradley, but you're not getting any time to throw. It's Shanks, they hand off, and they get nothing. I mean, coming in hard is Hammock. Plaisance is there. And on 3rd and 22, Chad, they get nothing. 2 yards.
You would expect the defense to be playing a little softer, and they were. They had nickel coverage in there. In the secondary, you've got an extra defensive back, but just can't even sniff positive yardage. And what a great start again for this Vestavia defense. After that play, or after that drive, Spain Park now has 77 yards of total offense.
So they went backwards. Taft will put his heels at the 44. There's the punt. And he'll come up, call fair catch at the 35. So Vestavia is right there, 15 yards from the red zone to start the second half.
And good defense often leads directly to points, and it's because of field position. The defense comes up, they get a big-time stop, and this is incredible field position for this Vestavia offense. Going to start only having to go 35 yards to put more points on the board, and a nice job by Taft there. Call the fair catch. Don't let that ball hit the ground, and give your offense a great starting position.
In motion is man. Pitch out, Tonsmeyer. Didn't have a lead blocker, didn't matter. He still got down to the 27-yard line, so another 6 or 7 yard gain for Tonsmeyer, who on the night, we'll get his numbers in a moment as the stats update on our screen. He's got 15 yards on 5 carries. Tonsmeyer again, they're going to run him a little bit. That's a face mask, isn't it? Wow. No?
There it comes. It was a late flag, but there it is.
Had to be. Let's take a look at a face mask here and see if that's what it is.
Absolutely.
I don't know why they all didn't come out with that one.
You're sitting at the 27-yard line, so that's going to go half the distance. Going to take Vestavia to just outside the 12 or 13.
Personal foul, face mask.
And there's the call. Face mask. Half the distance as Chad talked about, and that'll be on about the 14-yard line. They'll put it right on, closer to the 13 actually, than the 14. So Tim Bukakis, they won the first 2 pretty handily, Chad, and everybody got kind of the talk of the town, but they're about to go 0-3 possibly in a row. While Vestavia goes 4-1. Head inside looking, and boy, he had a lane to cut back with, but I think his momentum got him down, and he was knocked down by Jacob Olson. Here they come the Rebels again. Head inside, the scrum breaks out again, and now he's down to the 4-yard line.
And look how quickly Vestavia gets back up to the line. Play clock's at 35.
Nobody plays as quick as this. I think crashing down was Chase Wollstonecroft, but I think he slung him for a first down.
He threw him forward. Had a chance to stop him behind the line to gain, but threw him forward, and they're going to mark him right at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal.
Normally this is head territory. I would love to see Tonsmeyer get a touchdown here. We talked about the pregame. He hadn't had a touchdown. I think he only had 1 last year, if I remember correctly. Let's get number 1 a touchdown, right? No?
Oh, they're going to call this 4th and short. So Coach Evans taking a look at what's going on. Not sure about that spot. The spot's all the way up to the 3-yard line.
Wow,
this doesn't make sense. I mean, the sticks are. Well, now it says first down.
I'm confused, but in any event.
So they're going to say this is 1st and goal from the 3, which makes sense.
Power football. Watson is in there. Littleton. Head running forward, trying to go forward, drop the ball. It's picked up by Spain Park and running for the Jags. And he's finally brought down at the 45-yard line. Jacob Olsen, the defensive end.
I don't understand how forward progress was not stopped there.
Let's watch
the replay.
Let's take a look.
You see John Paul Head. He's going to fight forward, run, clearly wrapped up, and falling backwards. There was no whistle, so the officials let it go live. Spain Park off to the race. You're going to see the personal foul right here. That brought out a flag, so that's going to back Spain Park up.
Landon Page with great hustle. That's a right guard going down there to make that tackle.
You had the illegal block by Jared Smith for Spain Park, so that's going to back the Jaguars up.
After the fumble, illegal block in the back, good return, 10-yard penalty, first down Spain Park.
So Vestavia could have put the kill Bill punch in there and fumbled the football.
Spain Park takes over first and 10.
I mean, they're still in control of the game, but that might would have done it right there, which sounds crazy.
I agree with you. It's kind of a big momentum shift. It's a good opportunity for Spain Park here. Vestavia had a chance to put this thing away. Not even halfway through the third quarter, but with the way they play and could have put it away. Instead, you've given Spain Park some life.
Bradley hands off Shanks, dropped immediately. Jacob Watson knifing in from the middle linebacker position. Take a look at this.
What a great play by Jacob Watson.
42.
He reads it immediately, gets in the gap, gets around the block, and makes the tackle.
He just shed the block of Clete Ponder and made the tackle.
Just an
outstanding
quickness. Play.
Second down and 10. Handoff Shanks, big hole. Right side. Still on his feet. Cohen Nelson tried to knock him out. That's the best play for Spain Park all night.
And that was over-aggressiveness by this Vestavia defense. They've done so well all night long, being in the right spot, pursuit, shedding blocks, being able to string plays out. That time, those linebackers shot in the backfield, but too quickly, and almost ran right past the Spain Park running back.
Oh, there's a movement in the back. Shanks got down in a 2-point stance and then fell to a 4-point stance. You can't do that, and that's a 5-yard penalty.
That was a really nice run the play before by Shanks. Getting something going after the big stop by Watson on first down. A nice comeback there by Shanks for a nice pickup, but then the penalty against Spain Park backs him up into a 1st and 15.
Bradley hands to Shanks, nothing. Ross picks him up, throws it down, picks him up again. It's another one. Nobody can block Jordan Ross.
It's almost like
that's wearing white.
He just wrapped him up and tossed him down. Just watch him coming off the edge. Whoop, gotcha, down.
Nobody's blocking him.
Picked him right back up.
I don't know a lot, but I would suggest number 5 gets blocked, right? Maybe we should block 5? Has that been?
Put that in the game plan.
Someone try to block 5.
They're going to go talk about it during this timeout.
And we're going to talk about some sponsors. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
There are reasons why On-Time Service has far more 5-star Google reviews than any other Alabama home service company. Our technicians are true professionals who never smoke, swear, or leave any mess in your home, and they always arrive on time.
We start each day at Birmingham Fastener with the same core values in mind: integrity, grit, and accountability. We're looking for talented people to join our sales and manufacturing teams. As one of the nation's leading manufacturers, we have over 10 locations across the country and endless opportunities to grow and succeed alongside incredible teammates. Become the future of American manufacturing and help build our nation's infrastructure one bolt at a time here at Birmingham Fastener.
Welcome back. Second down and 18. Bradley rolling right. Boy, barely got him. Oh, he got knocked down again by Ross. He barely got away from Plaisance. And then Ross was right there in his face like an alien.
Watch Jordan Ross on this one, coming leaping and knocking that ball down. Looked like it did come forward, so they call it an incomplete pass.
Plaisance was first in, and Ross cleaned him up.
And we talked earlier about Coach Garner, the defensive line coach from Tennessee, being here.
He can go home right now,
has
can't
to.
It was a good
we
move,
scouted that
Coach.
one well. We
Yeah.
scouted that one well. That kid's going to be able to.
Nice move.
Pretty good football player.
I'm going to go get something to eat. I don't need to see any more. Rodney's still here. Third down and 18. And now a timeout.
Delay a game.
Oh, delay a game. Boy, it's just been a nightmare for Timpakakis and the Jaguars.
And we talked about when they had that close game against Hoover, some folks thought maybe that's something. They have 3 kicks blocked and only lost 28-20. But we saw Hoover last week, the way the Vestavia controlled them. And currently Hoover is losing to Hewitt-Trussville 28-0 in the third quarter.
And Wade Waldrop's a good football coach, so I don't know what's going on there. They throw it down low, and it's a nice open field tackle by Bean as he tackles Cam Volts, a backup wide receiver. And that's just to try to get a little bit of yardage and kick it away. We think.
Yeah, Vestavia will again leave the defense on the field just to make sure.
Fourth down and 18. Low kick. Taft calls for a fair catch. And he's got it at the 21, I should say. And the Rebels will come out offensively there at the 21-yard line.
And as good as they've been tonight, now it's time for this Vestavia offense to get something going. They had the last drive. They started the own drive on the Spain Park 35-yard line. They got down to the 3, had first and goal. Fumble it, Spain Park returns it. They're not able to do anything offensively, and now Vestavia offense gets the ball back.
Head, hands, no. Keeps it around top end. Boy, nice play there. Landon Huey, the middle linebacker, read that, and then jacked John Paul Head out of bounds.
That was excellent pursuit by the Spain Park defense. Good to see them, and I think this is a credit to their coaching staff. They're still playing hard. They're still flying around. And heck, they're still in the game. Only 16-0, despite how lopsided the statistics are.
Taylor in motion. Head thought about throwing it. He fumbles again. He's really got to protect that football. Falling on it was the center, Caleb Boylan. But John Paul's got to, if you're going to run it, you got to tuck it.
It's twofold. One, the fumble, but number 2, again, it was a sprint out. You've got the short route out in the flat. There were open receivers. Didn't get it to him quick enough. He can take that route. It is there for the taking.
There's an open receiver, Caden Taylor, right there. Still on his feet. He's got a first down. Take that, right? Move
really
the chains.
Good recognition that time by John Paul Head, and a nice job by Caden Taylor. That was a well-designed route. The routes run right to the first down stick, but then Caden Taylor started to get pushed back, but was able to fight forward, fall forward for that first down.
And we have an injured Jag on the field. We'll take a 45-second break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Renew and refresh. JH Outback focuses on strengthening family bonds with spouses, parents, and children to help in spiritual growth and life purpose. Join us for a fun-filled weekend together in an undistracted environment, enjoying the outdoors with great food, entertainment, and live music. JH Outback. Renew and refresh. Rebel Athletics would like to thank Ross Neely, Yearly and More, Kathy Smith Remax, Alexander Shonora, Alabama Pain Physicians, Streamline Scientific, Molecular Designs, Arc Realty, and LeMaster Medical for their contributions.
Head took the snap as Vestavia's in a hurry, even coming out of timeouts. And we've got the replay here so you don't miss anything. Just runs it off left tackle. Good blocking by everybody there. Littleton and Ford Brown, the left tackle. Hand off Tonsmeyer inside. Not much there. Get a yard or so. And I think Josh Franklin and Robert Evans will be content to run this down the field if you want and chew some clock.
Certainly.
Another Spade Park injury.
That's Chase Wollstonecraft. He did a good job of coming in and making that tackle. It looked like he may have yanked his arm a little bit. Now he's down in a lot of pain.
So we'll keep it here. There's no heaving and huffing on the Vestavia side. They're just walking around casually doing all this pace. The shape they're in is unbelievable, right?
It's why you work all summer. It's why you train and get ready for these opportunities to make sure you're ready to roll. When these types of games roll around, the weather's starting to turn. It's nice, a lot cooler.
Yes.
We didn't have any heat timeouts this week. First time we've had
That's
no
nice.
heat timeouts.
2nd down and 9. Littleton and Taylor are slotted. Daniels, Mollison split. Head rolling, got a man. It's Mollison, and he got the catch at the 44-yard line. That's a first down. Mollison's 3rd catch of the night.
And what you always teach to receivers is come back to the football. Come back to the football, and that's what Mollison did there.
Oh, head dropped it again. The football's loose, and Spain Park is falling on. Again, just clumsy play by the offense. And we'll see what happened on this.
It's the read option, or zone read. Head goes to pull it. Looked like Mollison may have clamped down just a little bit too long, but clearly a miscommunication on when they wanted to pull that ball out. And another fumble for the Rebels.
Robert Evans will not be happy about this. It's like the 3rd fumble, right?
3rd fumble, 2 lost, and actually should have been a 4th. There was another one in the first half that came out. The officials called him down. That could have easily been a 3rd fumble lost.
1st and 10, Jaguars. Shanks, right guard, dropped. Gibson Bean coming up. Bean has just been fantastic. He missed a game with his hands, but other than that, he's been playing pretty much injured all year. You see him all wrapped up like a mummy from the forearm down, and it does not affect his play at all. He's right in there.
Well, that's his 3rd tackle of the night, but he's made plays. And that's why sometimes it may not show up on the stat sheet, but players are disrupting the offense and making things happen defensively.
Bradley throws it out, long throw. They blocked Bean on that one, and Watson came all the way over to bump Bibbs out of bounds, but another positive play. And it'll be 3rd down and about 4. Boy, in your team, you don't want to speed up yourself. Your defense is exhausted. So it's kind of a odd deal for the Jags. They hand to Shanks, right side. He broke the tackle, and he's got the first down and more around the right side. Good run by Derek Shanks.
Good job of going off tackle, breaking a tackle, and then getting to the outside to pick up the first down. Nice conversion for the Jags. And Shanks has done a good job. He's continuing to move his feet, pushing forward. Only has 13 yards rushing, but that's a big conversion there.
His brother has it. Watson comes and grabs it by the ankles. He's going nowhere. Good look at Watson. Plug in there. Hammock, Faust, Jordan Ross. Handoff. Shanks again. Ross has him. They tried to club him from behind to make him strip the football, but it didn't work.
That's a great effort by Jordan Ross to get there and make that tackle, but he tried to grab on the initial point of contact rather than wrapping up to make that tackle, but a great effort to go finish that play and bring him down.
Shanks going around left end. This time he's tackled there by Bean. Good play, Gibson Bean on the left side.
Forces him to the outside. You see Ross pursuing, Gibson Bean there to make the tackle.
2nd down and 12. Clock melting away, becoming a factor for the Jags. 1:34 and counting. But this is the deepest they've been all game. 2nd down 12. Bradley rolling. Looking, giving chase, throws it out.
Great effort by Harrison Faust, bringing the pressure, forcing Bradley to get rid of the football. And ultimately he throws it out of bounds. But a great individual effort by Faust, just full on sprint.
That's a defensive tackle, folks. Look at that. That's amazing. Truly is. I'm not making fun of the kid. He's been unbelievable. That's a defensive tackle.
And flying around the football. And if you can run, and if you're an athlete, you can play.
3rd down and 12. It's a 2-down territory, obviously. Bradley throws it out. Ross almost got it. And look at the play by Bean. He was getting blocked. He still made the tackle almost. Slowed him up enough. Watch this play by Gibson Bean.
Just a great effort throwing the blocker back into the backfield and allowing your teammates to get there to clean that up and make those tackles. Great individual effort by Gibson Bean.
Boucher cleaned it up. It's 4th and 7. Good look at the defensive line there. And timeout on the field. Vestavia called time. We'll take a 45-second break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
You have to pay taxes. Ugh. It's just part of life. In the great state of Alabama, we have an awesome thing in our tax code called the Alabama Accountability Act, which allows you to redirect up to 100% of your state taxes to Scholarship for Kids, a scholarship granting organization that benefits partner schools like Restoration Academy. It's a no-brainer. For more information, go to choosera.org.
Fourth down and 7. Pretty much the game for the Jags here, right? I mean, 40 seconds to go in the third. Got to keep it going. And the crowd, we'll see if they get into it. It's a big play right here. Split receivers. Shanks to the right of Bradley. Now in the pistol. Hand it. Shanks, right side, and he's stopped short. Wow, they ran it on 4th and 7.
A little bit surprised. Vestavia only had 3 down linemen. They had 3 linebackers and then 5 defensive backs. 3 safeties in the back, basically daring you to throw, knowing you have to get to the first down marker, but that's really tough. I mean, as soon as you're sitting there as a safety, you see that run, you can just fly up and try to make that tackle. That's what the Rebel defense did. And so a little bend but don't break drive on that series for the Rebels.
1st down and 10. Hand off Tonsmeyer. And he's thrown backwards. So he'll get a couple of yards there. Tackle by Jacob Olsen.
Let's see if Vestavia runs another play here into this third quarter. It's running down 8-7-6. And looks like they're going to let this quarter run out and flip the field.
And we'll take a break with them. Into the third quarter, 16-0 Vestavia in control and with the ball. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
When the on-time service technician arrives in your home, you give us an amazing opportunity. The opportunity to earn your trust. to arrive at your home on time, to fix the problem in your home, and to never sell you something you don't need. When the job is done and the technician leaves, I want you to be really pleased with the work. And I want something more. I want you to say to yourself, I trust that guy.
Renew and refresh. JH Outback focuses on strengthening family bonds with spouses, parents, and children to help in spiritual growth and life purpose. Join us for a fun-filled weekend together in an undistracted environment enjoying the outdoors with great food, entertainment, and live music. JH Outback. Renew and refresh.
Always a great moment here at Vestavia. Let's go to B.J. Milliken on the sidelines. B.J.
Yeah, you know, guys, we talked about it before the game, but a lot of attention paid to Jordan Ross, and as it should be. He's a University of Tennessee commit, but there are 3 guys on offense who are baseball commits. John Paul Head, committed to UAB. Bruce Littleton, committed to USM, Southern Miss. And today, William Tonsmeyer, also a Southern Miss commit in baseball. So call them the Diamond Rebs as well.
Yeah, no doubt about that. That's pretty much the starters in the backfield. Well, Bruce starts at kind of a tight end position at Y. But Robert Evans was a great two-way player himself, as we talk about, and he doesn't mind that.
No, he wants to see guys play 2 sports, and you hear a lot of coaches talk about the best way to develop. Patrick Mahomes was a heck of a high school pitcher.
Wow. Good stick there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the best athletes in football played other sports in high school. Jordan Ross plays basketball, right? I mean, these guys play different sports, and it's developing.
I think it keeps you fresh for football, and in the offseason, it lets you develop other football players.
No, and you're competing. That's what I think coaches like the best, is you're competing in the offseason.
Ross under pressure, throws it up. It's picked off at the 42-yard line. Another maybe not greatest play in the world. Now flag down as Spain Park, I think, will get an unsportsmanlike conduct. He got hit at the time he threw it. I don't know if he had time to hold it or not. What do you think?
Yeah, there was pressure in John Paul Head's face as he threw that football. I think his arm got hit when he let go of that ball, so it floated. But another turnover by the Rebels.
I think it's going to be a personal foul against Spain Park. We'll see. Every time you think they're going to put it away, Chad, something happens.
Well, they went an entire third quarter with no points.
And that's a couple of times they've done that, and obviously they really don't need to do that.
No, they're hurting themselves.
Take it.
I mean,
Spain
Park's got an opportunity to get really good field position on a couple of these turnovers, and they've hurt themselves with either blocks in the back or personal fouls, just penalties that are unnecessary and really hurt your opportunity to score points.
Handoff Shanks, he stopped immediately. Tons of Rebels there. Watson was in the backfield first and cleaned up by Bruno and some teammates.
And this Vestavia team's really fortunate that the defense is playing as well as they have.
Yeah.
The offense continues to turn the ball over, make mistakes. I mean, this is the type of game where if you play like this against you at Trussville, you're going to run off the field. You can't turn the ball over this many times and expect to win the ball game. So this is one of those things we have a lot to grow upon here in this ball game, but the defense continues to make plays and just not giving Spain Park anything.
2nd and 11. Bradley throws. Boy, he tried to squeeze it in. Great coverage. Hanna and Mayhall, I think, right? Good throw by Bradley. You see a little bit of his arm strength.
He did a good job of stepping up in the pocket, delivering that ball, trying to get it to Bibbs, but well defended. Could have been a penalty there. Bibbs actually turned up and was running towards the line of scrimmage when that ball was snapped, but no flag came out. Third down.
3rd down, 11. Good play by Mayhall and Spence Hanna. Bradley, play action, throws it out, and tackled by Bean. Bean actually waited on Cam Volts to catch it before he tackled it.
Smart job not getting there too early. I think you have to go for it here on 4th down. You're down 16. It's 4th and 8 around midfield, but you have to go for it.
The Vestavia defense, after the fumbles and the interception, it hasn't phased them, has it? The entire game. They have just shut the door.
They have answered the bell on every single series.
4th down and 8. Bradley, play action, pressured, throws it. Boy, almost caught off the deflection. Did they give it to him?
It was caught off the deflection, but he is going to be just short.
Do we have that? Let's take a look. JV's got it on the replay.
Bradley
we'll see if he catches it.
Steps up, throws it in, deflected. Great replay there. Looks like he got his arms under it. Great catch. And play offensively to get down and make that play by Cam Volts. But he is about a half a yard short, and Vestavia takes over on downs.
Game of inches, right? He did catch it, but just shy of a 1st down. So Vestavia would love a game-ending drive here. Tonsmeyer left side, scooting and digging his way into the secondary. Oh, Tonsmeyer threw a...
He's very fortunate right there.
A punch and did not connect. Nobody saw it.
Tonsmeyer's very fortunate that was not seen.
Yeah, we don't need that.
I know he's frustrated. I know he got hit a little late, but you cannot react like that.
Vestavia's been tired of this lack of competitiveness for years, and now the last 2 years, I think they're getting a smell of victory and competitiveness, and they kind of like it, and they don't like the lack of respect.
I love that play call there. That is like old school youth football quarterback sleep right. You overload to the right side, you send tight end and the running back blocking downhill, Caden Taylor leading the way, and then John Paul Head just coming at you with his speed outside on the edge.
Head now with 109 yards rushing has taken 27 carries, so he's not been running rampant like he did last week when he had 212. But he's still over 109, and his longest is 12, Chad. They've kept him in wraps, but he's gotten chunks. Head this time makes one man miss, still running around the left side. A block, and now running out again, another late flag. Nick Alston coming over. I don't know why they're pushing several yards outside the deal. Let's take a look at the ISO.
And watch John Paul Head break out of that tackle there, then get to the outside. Great blocking down the field by Cooper Mollison, also by Caden Daniels. Just did a great job, and then you see the late hit there by Alston, unnecessary, and it's going to cost his team 15 yards.
So here comes the call. Late hit on the defense. It really was just a push, but we'll take it nonetheless. That'll put it half the distance to the goal. And Vestavia for sure can send a knockout punch here.
That's the 10th penalty against Spain against Spain Park for 83 yards. And they didn't
First
have
down
any
and
in the first
goal.
quarter.
Yep, sorry. First down and goal. And coming in late, Charlie Ingram. Head runs right side. He's wrapped up. They're jumping all over him. And he'll get about a yard or two.
Charlie Ingram at tight end, Jordan Ross at wide receiver. He was up to the top of the screen.
They might throw one over there. He's got a touchdown in the first game against Mountain Brook on a fade.
And the thing about that type of formation is, one, Jordan Ross is outside. It pulls the defender, but it's a decoy. You have to think about it whether they throw it to him or not.
Head left side, cuts. Still trying to, and he's slung down to the ground. So third down. And Head's just taking punches.
I'd love to see some misdirection. You've seen Head running the ball so much, off tackle, off tackle. If you somehow went with a little toss, maybe you bring your slot guy out, toss it back to him. Heck, bring Jordan Ross around. Toss it to him on kind of a toss sweep reverse.
They're taking their time here. 14 on the clock. I don't know if they're going to run it down and call timeout. Well, now they get up there real quickly. You got to snap it within 5. Head running inside, and he's still churning. He's to the 2-yard line.
That's an incredible run by John Paul Head. It's also a third down play call, knowing you're going for it. Well, I was about to say you're knowing you're going for it on 4th. I'm really surprised. Got all the way down to the 2-yard line, and now they're going to bring Simpson in to kick the field goal.
But this makes it a 3-score game, right?
Right.
So you're right. That play call appeared to be one where you would go for it, but they're going to kick the field goal. Simpson is 4 of 5 on the year. This should be a chip shot. Basically an extra point, and it is up and good. 19-0 Vestavia with the shutout going here at home. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Lifeline's ministry is necessary because God has ultimately called the body of Christ to manifest the gospel to vulnerable children. We see it beginning in the Old Testament in the Pentateuch. God continues to renew that call over and over and over again to the people. Lifeline, in its role, comes alongside the church with that very narrow specialization to allow the church to live out the mission that the church has been given to proclaim the gospel through orphan care.
The Google reviews about on-time service are real comments from real Alabama homeowners like you. Some companies purchase fake reviews. We have never done that, and we absolutely never will. We are on-time service.
Welcome back to Rebel Nation Sports Network. Scott Griffin, Chad Pilcher, B.J. Milliken, our great crew here. The Rebels on the verge of going 4-1. I would have taken that first half of the season with the off week next week, right?
Especially when you compare it to last week.
With Hoover and Thompson in there.
Last year, yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable the way this team has progressed, the way they've played, and now they're going to get to the midpoint. They're going to get a week off, get a time to rest.
And you think about this team was down by 4 with 5 or 6 minutes to go inside the 15, 4th down against Thompson.
And no one else has played Thompson the way this team has so far this year.
No one else tries to, do they? There's a long return. You better get a tackle on this guy. As Spade Park has a nice return going to the 32-yard line. So, again, just when you think, okay, we put a knife in him, Jonathan Bibbs comes back with a nice return.
And you look at time of possession, Vestavia 21 minutes, 38 seconds, Spain Park 19 minutes, 47 seconds. It feels like that is so much more inverted. I mean, you feel like this Vestavia defense has been out on the field all night long. There's a really good run return, and it shows. If you don't make tackles at the point of contact on kickoff returns, you're going to turn into big chunks, and that's what happened there for Spain Park, who, to their credit, they've continued to fight, continued to give themselves opportunities. They just haven't been able to cash in.
Bradley throwing it up in the middle of the field, triple coverage, and there's a flag. An ill-advised pass, but I guess he'll get the flag. We'll see.
Let's watch this with pressure in the backfield, throwing it up. Ooh,
yeah, it looked like maybe Watson had his hands on.
The one thing that didn't occur
Bibbs.
there is none of the Rebel defenders turned their head back to look at the football. And if you don't do that, that gives the official an opportunity to throw that flag. That's why it came out.
First down and 10. Handoff, Shanks, left side. He's going to power in for the touchdown. He's got that much momentum. He's going in. So the shutout is gone, and I know Robert Evans and Sean Randy really wanted that.
This is going to be one of those situations where Vestavia is going to come up with the win, and these coaches are going to have a lot of material to talk through during this off week, because this is again, this defense has done what they needed to do. Goodness gracious, they're exhausted. They've been out on the field the entire second half. And finally, Spain Park comes up with a play to cash one in. But there's a lot that needs to be improved on. This has not been a great performance by the Rebels here tonight.
And still 6 minutes to go. They're going for 2 here.
Coach Evans is going to call a timeout to talk it over.
And Evans timeout on the 2-point play. And he's talking to the Rebels, sending a message here, I think, as much as anything.
And he's a little frustrated here, but on the whole, you can just watch his demeanor. He's pleased with the way this defense has played. They have been really good here tonight. Only 152 yards for Spain Park. Despite the fact they've been in some really good field position situations, they've only scored 6 points as they go for 2 here. You just want to see a team, when you get a team on the ropes, you want to knock them out. And Vestavia's just been unable to do that. But there have been some really good flashes, and the reality is it's because this is a really good football team. So they've made plays, they've done what they needed to do, and barring some kind of shock here, they're going to hold on to win the ball game, but there's still some things that they can clean up going forward.
So the extra point, Bradley throws to Shanks. He's going to throw back to the quarterback, and that is going to score. Wasn't pretty, took a while, but Bradley catches the 2-point conversion. It's 19-8.
Watch it on the replay, the old toss sweep pass back to the quarterback. Good pressure by the Rebels. They read it all the way, but no one covers Bradley as he sneaks out of the backfield, catches it, gets in for 2.
So the shutout is gone, and really they played a shutout-worthy game tonight. The long kickoff return by Bibbs set up that touchdown.
So now for Vestavia, you'll put the hands team in. 6 minutes left. Spain Park up 11. You want to obviously avoid any type of onside kick. Webb will be back deep, the only man back deep for the Rebels.
.6:03 to go. There's the hands team. Pretty imperative you fall on this one. And it was easily caught by Caden Taylor. Starter on the offense, and the Rebels will take it on 38. Now you got to protect the football. No more loose handling of the ball. You got to tuck it. They're going to be coming after it.
Handoffs to Tonsmeyer to the outside, lead plays to the quarterback, let Head run it, pick up first down, take a shot down the field, see if you can't sneak one behind the defense, and then just consistently try to run the ball, run this clock, and see if you can't get one more score and end this thing up.
Head hands off, Tonsmeyer left side, down the sideline. Tonsmeyer, he's gone. Number 1, his first touchdown of the year. Hello, William Tonsmeyer. 62-yard sprint for 6. Take a look.
Off tackle, nice job pulling around Littleton and Taylor, and then speed to the outside. William Tonsmeyer down the sideline, no one close. Touchdown Rebs.
Tonsmeyer with the score, 62 yards, so suddenly he goes 10 carries, 98 yards. Simpson on for the extra point. It's up. It's good. Timeout on the field, 26-8. You're watching the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
There are reasons why On Time Service has far more 5-star Google reviews than any other Alabama home service company. Our technicians are true professionals who never smoke, swear, or leave any mess in your home, and they always arrive on time.
Welcome back. BJ Milliken's down there telling me that it's getting chippy down there. We've noticed it the entire game. And let's go to BJ to get a little feel for what's going on the field.
Yeah, it's intense down here. Every single play. You know, last week, Hoover's considered the rival. But after tonight, maybe Spain Park has kind of notched themselves up a little bit. These guys are going after it. And I said it in the first quarter. It seemed like there was a lot of trash talk, a lot of talking, and it's kind of translated onto the field tonight.
Yeah, no doubt, because there's been definite chippiness and personal fouls and all kind of stuff going on.
Vestavia took a timeout there, something they didn't like.
That should be the last timeout.
It is. And when you see plays like that last one from Tonsmeyer, you just get a sense of what this team is capable of doing when they put plays together. And what I loved about that one is not just the speed and the run and the touchdown, it's the execution, right? You get a good blocking at the point of contact. You have both Taylor and Littleton pulling around. I mean, these are your running back slot guys coming around and going bang, bang, both getting good blocks out on the edge. And it just allows your speed guys to get to the outside and use their athleticism. Not only that, you had offensive linemen releasing downfield and getting blocks, which is what tied up those defenders in the secondary and allowed Tonsmeyer to get to the outside.
Good look at the crowd on our Vestavia Hills student cam. Everybody checking their phones. Probably watching One Rebel Athletics on YouTube, maybe NFHS. Simpson with the high arching kick. And Shanks has it at the 25-yard line and runs to the 32. Oh, the referee left his mic on.
Yeah, this is going to be a real challenge for the refs here in this last 6 minutes and for both coaching staffs, is to really get your kids calm, get them focused in, and finish this game off in a good fashion, not allowing anything to get out of control. And that's on both the officials and the coaching staffs for both of these teams.
And you'll see Cross Tonsmeyer there, good shot of number 0. He'll be in, it'll be nickel pretty much the whole game. Offsetting penalties. First down, Spain Park. So Tonsmeyer, Shea, Mayhall, Nelson, Hannah, as they'll try to stop this passing attack. Bradley will run it left side against that defense and just run out of bounds. Seems a bit shy of contact.
Yeah, he just jogged on out there. We talked about earlier, he went down a couple times instead of taking sacks, which we thought were smart plays, not forcing it, but then we've seen probably a little too much of that.
Yeah.
Just giving up on those plays. But this kid's got a great future. You can see that he has the physical skills that are going to make him a very good quarterback going forward, just a sophomore.
Second down and 8. Bradley looking left, pump fakes, runs at Ross. That's not a sack, but it's a tackle, and it's a hard one.
Tackle number 9 on the night by Jordan Ross.
Bradley's
Watch him. He's on the far side, recognizes the play, flies across to make that sack. That tackle.
He's going to know what it's like to play in the SEC because that's an SEC commit right there.
It is.
And he's got 3 SEC offers, does Bradley. Third down and 6. Vestavia showing blitz. They back off. Wide receiver screen. Hammock was there anyway. And they dropped it.
And watch the pressure, the blitz package that Vestavia brings. Cohen Nelson comes off the edge, linebackers as well. Great pursuit, and then Chuck Hammock's there to deflect, finish that play off.
So fourth down, you got to go for it here, right? It's 26-8, 5 minutes to go from the 37-yard line. They got to get to just past the 42, almost to the 43. Pistol formation, Shanks. Ball fake. Rushing is Tonsmeyer. Ross cleans him up. Football out, but that's it. Bradley bruised there. Tonsmeyer came on the safety blitz, and Ross cleaned him up.
Great pressure blitz packages. Ross with the sack. That's 3.5 sacks on the night. That's 10 tackles on the night for Jordan Ross to seal a dominant defensive performance by this Vestavia defense.
Great call by Sean Rainey on the pressure because some of them looked like they backed up the previous play, and then they came there too.
And back-to-back plays where he brought blitzers from the secondary.
First down and 10. Take care of the ball. Head inside. And I just hate seeing him get hit and hit and hit again. But the kid can take it. He's tough. Senior. Baseball commit, as BJ told you, to UAB. Second down and 7.
So here with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the ball game, you want to use that play clock. That's not in Vestavia's offensive DNA, but in this situation, you want to try to bleed that down as much as you can to where even if you don't get any points or don't pick up a first down, use as much clock as you can before Spain Park gets the ball back.
Second down is 7.
Play clock down to 8.
And there's a jump by Alston. So that'll get a free 5 for Vestavia. That's just a tired play, right?
That's exactly what it is.
Fatigue penalty. Second down and 2.
And Kelby Robertson, the safety, leads Spain Park with 8 tackles tonight. A name we haven't said that much is Jared Smith. He's the 4-star
called his name
recruit.
once.
Yeah, the class of 2025. He's only a junior, but he's going to have a lot of opportunities after next year. But he is not. We've not called his name very much tonight.
Second down and 2. Handoff, Tonsmeyer, left side, trying to outrace his man, and he's drugged down there. Landon Huey coming up hard from the middle linebacker position.
That's a really good play by Huey. That's not easy to do, to catch Tonsmeyer on the outside. We've got another player down for Spain Park.
And it looks maybe cramps again, but Vestavia's not going very quick right now.
No, you want to take as much time as you can, run this clock out. If you score, great. If you don't, oh well. The big thing is just to get the clock down and get this thing over with. And I think that's good. I mean, for Vestavia, you just played 5 games in a row, and now you're going to get an off week, and you get to relax and recover. Keon Richardson hopefully will be back when you play 2 weeks from now. And you give some other guys an opportunity to really refresh and get ready for the stretch run down the season. It's going to be a game at Chelsea when you come back from the break, which will hopefully get you ready for a big battle against Hewitt-Trussville, which will be very significant in the region rankings and into the playoff seeding.
Third down and 2. Got Chelsea first, so don't forget about them, those guys. But yes, Hewitt after that, the week after, will be it's really a battle. If all goes like we think, it's a battle for home field in the playoffs. Third down and 2. Head has it, running, trying to fall forward, and they jump on him and pulling him back.
It is going to be right there at the sticks. We'll see if they measure it or where they mark it. Needed to get to the 18-yard line.
And Robert probably does not want to kick a field goal against his friend Vakakis, but you go for it, you keep they gave him a first down.
Spain Park only has 1 timeout left. So for Vestavia, you have 2 options. Theoretically, you could take a knee here. I think you may see him run 1 play on first down. And maybe that'll do it. You take a knee.
Tonsmeyer, right side, and cuts it up inside for 2 yards. Tackle by Riley Harrison, the backup safety.
So I don't think they can run this out. The way the clock's working, they're going to have to run all of the plays. So they will run plays, because if you run the plays, that'll eat up a little more extra time, and then that could potentially run out the clock.
And they'll do a little quick set out of the huddle. Head, pitches, Tonsmeyer, left side, 15-10, runs out of bounds. That's what you don't want to do.
Don't want to do that. So the clock stops, minute and 1 second left. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Vestavia. Now over 400 yards of total offense for the Rebels, 405 yards of total offense on the night. And that speaks to how well this offense have played. It's the turnovers that are really kind of skewed everything. 1 interception, 2 fumbles lost. If not for that, you'd really, who knows what those numbers could be.
Handoff, Tonsmeyer inside, barreling his way, still trying to fight towards the goal line. He's on the 2. They'll have to run one more play.
And we'll see if they run a play or do they take a knee. They're going to take a knee and end this thing, which is a good decision by the Rebels. And I like that. I mean, these are 2 guys, 2 coaches that respect each other. Coach Robert Evans, Coach Tim Vakakis. Coach Vakakis is building a program. He came in the same year as Coach Evans. They both are in their 2nd year. You can see the improvement on both sidelines, but tonight Vestavia is just too good, and they come up with a victory, 26-8.
And the Rebels get a win there. 26-8 is the final. And what a great performance by the Rebels, even not playing clean. Several fumbles, interception, penalties, and still one going away and in control.
You'd always like to win 40-0 if you could, but this was a really impressive performance by the Rebels. Not as clean as it could have been, not the picture-perfect performance that maybe you would like to see at the midpoint of the season, but it's a win. And it's a game that these guys won going away, which gives you a lot of confidence for how good this team really is.
Let's go to B.J. Milligan. He's got Robert Evans right now. B.J.
Well, Coach, on a night where the offense was a little sloppy, the defense did the job.
Yeah, played well. Got a lot of different things from Spain Park, and credit Tim and his staff that we hadn't seen, weren't on tape, and it was an ugly win. But guess what? I'll take ugly wins every day of the week. We are on empty, man, and we get to the off week and get fully healthy and get all our guys back. Will be a challenge for anybody in the second half of the season. I believe that, and I'm proud of these guys. It was completely ugly. It'll be ugly to watch, but if you can play as bad as we played tonight and still beat a decent team by 20, you're doing something right. So I'm proud of these guys, and everyone needs to get out of here and just enjoy some downtime, because I'm tired, they're tired. We've been through the ringer the last 3 weeks, and so, but we're in a great shape for the second half of the season. We got a lot to fix, but hopefully we'll make some noise, and we're about sitting as pretty as possible right now.
It's always fun to beat a rival, isn't it?
Yeah, Spain, but I got total respect for them. Tim's doing a great job. They're banged up, we're banged up, and to get a win against a talented team, we'll take it, and let these guys heal up and enjoy it, and you don't want to make them feel bad after a loss. I'm proud of them. Displeased with some of the game, but proud of them. So anyway, looking forward to giving some time off and hopefully watching some ball.
Congrats, Coach. Rest up.
Thank you very much.
How about those Rebels, baby?
There you go.
All right, there's Robert Evans and his team on the sidelines as they get a good win, 26-28, and they're clapping for themselves. 26-8, I should say. Clapping for themselves there. They get a week off, and Robert will actually be going down to the beach and enjoying himself. He does not want me to call him. He's already instructed that Griff, please don't call or text me any. Okay, so there we go. So welcome back, Scott Griffin and Chad Pilcher here. And wow, I expected a win again, kind of like Hoover, but I didn't expect this.
No, it was a different game than maybe you thought. The stats tell the story that you thought you would see with the way this Vestavia team came out and played. The turnovers are the thing that needs to be improved upon, but sometimes you just have those games. And you think about this coaching staff, they have been going at it since the 4th of July. I mean, they start cranking up when the 4th of July hits. They start getting ready for the season. Fall camp starts at the 1st of August, and before you know it, you go and you have games. So they're going to get a few days off. Those guys will work a little bit during the week, get loose, keep themselves in good shape, and then come back next week for the stretch run on what has a chance to be a really special season here for the Rebels. If you're at 4-1,
wow,
at the midway point, you take that all day. I think there's some plays here and there. There's a couple of games, or the Thompson game, you look back, could you have done some things differently? But they're playing at a different level right now is Thompson, and so the goal is you take your break, you come back for 5 more weeks, and you try to improve and get better so that when you hit those playoffs, you're playing at a level that gives you the opportunity to potentially beat Thompson. And if you win enough, you'll go there and have that opportunity.
And Hoover Hoover was a game where we got confidence. I think we carried it over here. But then we're 4-1. Now we're 2-1 in the region. And then you look at it, Chelsea coming out of the break, and then Hewitt-Trussville at home. The schedule sets up nicely. Hewitt-Trussville handling Hoover right now. So it looks like, again, assuming things fall the way they can. It's early in the year yet. But the Hewitt and Vestavia game will be for home field advantage in the playoffs. Right now is the way it looks.
It would be for that 2-3 seed. Now, look, Hewitt still has a chance to play Thompson, and so who knows how that game will go. Hewitt's playing really well right now, and that's a good football team. But what you've seen,
the county's improved. I mean, there's games to be played.
Well, one thing Coach Evans talked about when he took this job is that right now Vestavia is at a certain point, and the goal is to get to where you're competing for region championships and ultimately state championships every single year. In only his second year, they're already in a spot where they're looking in a strong position to potentially get that second spot in the region. And if you get that, this is the strongest region in all of high school football in the state of Alabama. So if you're the second seed in the best region in the state, you're in a pretty good spot going into the playoffs.
Really good spot. So congratulations to Robert Evans and the team. 4-1. We'll take it at the break. Myra Miles, the athletic director and the athletic department here in the entire school, actually. So we appreciate it, and we thank you for our staff. B.J. Milliken on the sideline, Chad Pilcher into my right most of the game. John Versiglio at instant replay. John Rocket hitting the buttons, directing us. Toby Carter on the camera. Randy Mize on the camera. Fletcher Tubbs on the sideline camera doing yeoman's work. Also, of course, Stephen Gill, Roger Jackson on stats. It takes an entire crew to make this thing work. We appreciate every one of them. We're going to take a break for a week too. Everybody's kind of banged up around here, tired-wise. So we'll take a break and we'll come back for Chelsea, Chad, in a couple of weeks. So for the whole gang and for the One Rebel Athletics staff here, we appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Vestavia 26, Spain Park 8. Don't watch next week. We're off the air. But we'll be back for Chelsea 2 weeks from tonight at Chelsea. And you can watch it on One Rebel Athletics YouTube and also NFHS. Have a great one. 26-8 the final. Vestavia wins it over Spain Park. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.